Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm here. It's okay. It's all good. Everything is fine. Everything is perfectly straight. There are no issues anywhere. How you guys doing? Welcome to the show today. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce from right now from Palm Desert, hanging out here. Going to have another 81-degree day today. Oh, sunny. Oh, lovely. We're loving it and watching the markets in the pre-market to try to figure out what is going on. What is the prevailing sentiment out there, and how do markets look, and where are we at, and what do we care about? And of course, Thanksgiving is coming up on Thursday, so there's that too. I'm showing the Dow up 11 points. That's called a nothing burger in my book. There's nothing going on here. We're down 3.5 on S&P. We're down 38 points on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is off a quarter of a point, and it dropped 1.25 points yesterday. 1.25% yesterday is off a quarter of a percentage point this morning. So a little bit of selling. Why is the question? Why did the market go negative late yesterday in the afternoon, the last hour? I'll tell you why. Because Powell got renominated to serve on the Federal Reserve. That made the market happy yesterday morning because it showed stability and it showed continuation of whatever we're continuing here. Banks like that, bond markets like that. They because he's not a disaster governor. He's not a governor with all kinds of problems. It's a steady, calm Federal Reserve in the U.S. and world markets like that. World bond traders are all happy, but as the day wore on, it became more. The chatter started to change about, well, he's going to be renewed for another 4 years. To but isn't the Federal Reserve starting to talk about the possibility that maybe perhaps in the future it could be that somehow, some way, they're going to reverse their policy and tighten a little bit and begin monetary tightening, which means higher rates? Forgetting the fact that they're talking about the possibility of raising interest rates in the latter half of 2022 by a quarter of a point. And in 2023, maybe a half a point. But this is uh, all blown up in the air if the economy doesn't improve. You have to have a strong economy to raise rates. If you have a weak economy, you keep rates low to encourage business to keep borrowing and doing business. If you have a hot economy and business is rolling, it doesn't business is not in need of low interest rates to kind of make money because business thinks it can make a lot of money. Then you begin to see inflation everywhere. You begin to see price increases everywhere, record profits being posted everywhere through every segment of the economy. And then the Fed has to kind of calm down now, just kind of calm down. And you raise the rates a little bit, calm it. It doesn't work, raise the rates some more and just calm it down. Well, right now we're not anywhere near that. We're in a pandemic. Some deniers believe there isn't one, but there seems to be something called a pandemic going on. And we also have a situation going on where Europe, which is you could say China is the number two economy in the world, America is number one, and then you could rank the countries. But if you rank areas of the world, okay, you have North America, which is Canada, the US, Mexico, Caribbean. Then you have Europe, and then you have Asia. Those are three biggies. And America and Canada are muddling along. We're okay. We're trying to reopen, trying to get going. But Europe is in a slump. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Europe is in a slump, has been now for over a year. Asia is also trying to muddle along and figure out what the heck is going on. And it's not firing on all cylinders either. And so world bankers, Federal Reserve people in all these various countries, they're all kind of going, hey, I don't think we're going to bump rates here to any great degree. We got to kind of keep rates calm and just, assist business in doing business. And governments are coming out with programs all the time in every country to assist certain industries in their countries to, get through some rough spots. Now we're hearing of course, out of Europe, the nightmare of a fourth wave of COVID virus increases. And the talk on top of everything else is not only are we talking about lockdowns again, but we're talking also about another problem in Europe, energy problems. There's lineups for gasoline at UK gas stations in certain areas of the country. I noticed that I saw a picture of it was a photo of automobiles lined up to get to the pump. It must have been like 20 or 30 of them. And the pump price was shown on that, all gas stations show you how much they charge for fuel. They're charging like 135. And I thought, that's a liter, but that's not dollars. $1.35, that's £1 35, was it pence? 135 UK money, pound sterling. That's more than US money. That's higher than US. I figure that's about 35 or 40% more than an American dollar. So if you add 40% to 135, that's like taking 135 multiplied by 4. So that's 54 cents on top of 135. So call it 55 on top of 135. 190. That's $1.90 American for 1 liter of fuel. $1.90. Now, $1.90 American for a liter. If you want to know how much that is for a US gallon, you multiply that by 3.7. That's how you do it. So 3.7 times 1.9. If you round it out to 2, $7.50, about $7 a gallon. Now, think about this. Okay, now just put yourself in your position here. You're lining up to pay $7 a gallon to buy gas. Okay, it's not like you're driving down the highway and see, oh, gas $7. That's ridiculous. No, you're in line for hours to be able to pay $7 a gallon for the gas. That's the situation over there. This is not good. This is, in the plain English world that I try to kind of get you to, this is bad. Okay, it's not good. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So if people are lining up to pay $7 a gallon for gas for hours, how productive are these folks? That's not good. That's not bad. It's bad. Austria, of course, is going into a 3-week national lockdown. Starts next week. They're going into a full-blown mandatory vaccination program. That ought to be interesting. Southern Germany is absolutely going to join them. Southern Germany, Bavaria, they are canceling all of their Christmas festivals, all of their Weihnacht gardens, all these gardens that they have, all these little displays in towns and cities of Christmas displays, and these little miniature cabin look-alike things where they sell Christmas gifts and stuff. Those are all, they're not even opening these things. This is a huge deal. This is a big deal to every German, because through the history of Germany and through your childhood, you remember going with your grandparents and parents to the Weihnacht garden every year. It's a family thing. And it lasts 3 weeks. I mean, it lasts all December. Not even opening. They're shutting that right off for, in some cases, second year in a row. This is serious stuff. When you start messing with people's heritage, you get people upset. Think you put in your own heritage thing and fill in the blank here, wherever you live, whether you live in southern U.S. or eastern Canada or French Canada or wherever you live. Yeah, you mess with people's heritage. You're messing with stuff here. That's emotion. You're messing with emotion. Not good. Germany is probably going to go in regions on lockdowns, and it might be a national lockdown. That is the world's third or fourth strongest economy. USA, China, Japan, Germany. Yeah, this is serious stuff. When this baby hits 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some serious poop here. If France follows, Italy follows, Belgium and Denmark, this is bad news. This is an entire continent, the second or third biggest economic force on the planet, that is going into another shutdown, and that means they stay in a recession. That's bad. Now that means interest rates stay low. Okay, bankers in Europe will not even be entertaining a thought of an interest rate increase, because there is nothing to hold down here. There's nothing to calm down. There's everything to try to build up. It's rough. And so for Powell, These bond guys are totally out to lunch when they talk about, oh, the rates are going to go higher because the easing is going to end, and they're going to have how's that going to happen? The United States is going to raise interest rates all by itself because it's the greatest superpower in the world? Not going to happen. No, not going to happen. The rest of the world's going to go, screw you guys. You can raise your own rates all you want, but we're not going to do it here. Forget it. We're not. We can't. It's not going to happen. Europe is quite happy. Maybe that's the wrong word. Europe is quite comfortable. There's a word for you. Again, plain English. Right? Europe is quite comfortable to enact government programs through the country, the state, through provinces or states or regions, and locally. They're all levels of government. Very comfortable without any real demonstration in the streets to assist its people directly. Socialism. Okay. Governments in Europe are quite prepared and are set up to easily assist their population with subsidized anything instantly. I mean, it's phenomenal, and the private sector in Europe knows this, doesn't fight it, they just accept it, and the private sector has figured out that a happy populace, in other words, a country's population that is satisfied and is not upset and is not fired up, like angrily fired up, is good for business. People would rather wait 2 hours in line to buy a gallon of gas or a liter of gas is a better thing than people rioting downtown and breaking store windows and protesting the lack of fuel or high gas prices. If they're prepared to line up to buy it, that's a better thing because that just kind of keeps everything calm. If government turns around and says we're going to give every adult or every car owner, or we're going to subsidize the cost of fuel or subsidize the cost of electricity, for example, which I talked about yesterday, we're going to subsidize this cost over a certain base price. That keeps the population calmer. And they're still upset. They're not happy, but they're not radically upset. And this is what the difference is between a government that works and one that doesn't. If it works, people kind of go, okay, we know it's crappy and it's not great, but at least, okay, something's being done. I see something being done, because that's all people want. They want to see something getting done. And most Canadians want to see Ottawa, our capital. They want to see guys getting stuff done over there. And most Americans want to see their politicians in Washington getting stuff done over there. And they see stuff getting done, then that at least, calms the radicalization of the entire, population, left or right or center, doesn't matter what you are. Same thing in Brazil, same thing in Argentina, same thing in Spain, same thing in South Africa, same thing. It doesn't matter. It's the same. You gotta show progress, and you have to show that you're in touch with the realities of people's lives. And this is where governments that survive and do well are the kind of governments that have a pulse on what their population is really worried about and what they want solved. Now, I have a bit of a beef here. It's not much of a beef. I'm just going to make a comment. It's a part of my rant. 3 weeks ago, the entire world was focused on all the leaders of the G20 or whatever getting together in Italy to talk about the future of the economics of the world. And then they went to Glasgow, Scotland, in the UK, to hammer out a new global plan to confront global warming and the climate, the planet's challenges. And all the talk was talk, and all the speeches were there, and all the good words were spoken, and the haggling went on. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, everyone's back home now. And what is happening right now in America and shortly in China? Guess what? The petroleum reserve for the United States of America is going to be tapped, and oil will be flowing into the markets, courtesy of the United States people. The people of the United States own this oil. There's oil going to flood into the market. Now, the petroleum reserve was created, I think, back in the 70s or 80s after the embargo that was done. Again, if you're under 50, you have no idea what I'm talking about. In 1973, the Arab nations were realizing they were getting between $1 and $3 a barrel for their oil, and they were getting annihilated with inflation. Inflation was just killing them, and they wanted to raise their prices. And all these countries are going, oh, we can't pay that much more. And they kind of figured out something. The Arab countries kind of got together and had a meeting, and they looked at each other and said, 90% of all the world's oil is in our territories, and we sell oil to these Western countries, these G20 countries, and these guys just burn this stuff like it's like there's nothing to it because it's cheap. I mean, we're selling these guys oil for $2 a barrel, and these Canadians and these Americans and these Mexicans and these Brazilians and everyone around the world, they're driving V6, V8 engine cars and trucks, and they're getting 12 miles to the gallon on this stuff. I mean, in America in 1966, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, up to 74, you could easily buy a cheap Chevrolet Impala or a Biscayne or a Bel Air 4-door sedan with a giant 6-foot-long trunk in the back and an 8-foot hood in the front. And you were getting on the highway 14, 16 miles a gallon on the highway with a V8. In town, you were getting 10 to 12, maybe 8 to 12. If you were riding around in a Cadillac, an Eldorado, you're talking about a 5,500-pound 2-door car that had a 390 V8 in there, getting 8 miles to the gallon in the city, and on the highway 14 miles. Rode real smooth. Oh, looked real good. In Texas, you put Longhorns on them. They really look cool. Problem is that these cars were just emitting the carbon and all the pollutants and the poisons into the air. And you'd go to the gas station and you'd buy yourself 30 gallons of gas or 20 gallons of gas in a big 20-gallon gas tank. And it would run you, 50 cents a gallon, would be $10. It was great. That was when America was great. Wow, we could load up a big fat car like that with a range of maybe 250 miles. Talk about electric cars having a range of only 200 miles. People are panicking. Cadillacs had a range of 250, 300 miles way back when. Although some of them had 25-gallon tanks, I guess. So you get an extra 100 miles. Anyway, the Arab countries are sitting around going, this is crap. These guys are screwing us so that they can live this lifestyle. Why don't we get our share of the pie? Why don't we do this? Why don't we form a coalition, and we'll call it like the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, like OPEC or something. We'll call ourselves OPEC, and we'll kind of get together every once in a while, and we'll just set a price. We'll just set quotas, because they figured out if we sell them less oil, the price will go higher because there's less oil, and we'll get more per barrel, and we don't have to ship as many barrels to get just as much money. As a matter of fact, instead of selling these guys oil at $2 a barrel, we could sell them as much oil as we're selling now, but at $20 a barrel, because we're going to get them in such a mindset that there's a shortage of oil. They'll panic buy this stuff. And sure enough, the OPEC countries first did an embargo on the United States and Europe, and they refused to sell oil to these guys until they got the price they wanted, which I think was $6 a barrel or $4. I can't even remember. Again, if you're under 50, you don't know what I'm talking about. But gas went stupid, and we had lineups at the pump. And of course, in America, who do you blame if there's an oil shortage or if the price of gas goes up? There's only one person to blame. It's the president of the United States. No matter who the president is, no matter what party they're from, it's that person's fault. that America has high gas prices. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no. The president has no power to do anything. But you gotta have a face. I need a face. I gotta blame somebody. I'm not gonna blame myself for driving a 12-mile a gallon tank. It's not me. I'm not the problem. You're the problem. And so you vote them out. It makes no difference to the price of gas. You just feel better. I got rid of that guy. I got rid of him. He's out of here. You still got your 12-mile a gallon car. Well, America quickly figured out, whoops, we're vulnerable here. And so the Strategic Oil Reserve was created. And so the United States began to buy oil as a country and put it into salt caves and other area storage facilities around the United States for military reasons. The Strategic Oil Reserve of the United States of America was originally put together to protect the country in time of war so that the Army, Navy, Air Force would have fuel to operate domestic security and elsewhere. In other words, tankers from America, ship tankers from America could go across the Pacific and could deliver fuel at sea to aircraft carriers. And they could also bring over tankers to aircraft carriers to deliver jet fuel for the planes on the aircraft carriers. And then there would be tankers that would be sent to remote regions of the world, wherever American troops were located, to make sure that the Jeeps had fuel, the tanks had fuel, and so on. This was the Petroleum Strategic Reserve's function, to protect and guard against a fuel shortage for the military of the United States, for its national security. That's how Congress was sold on this deal, and the President of the United States has power over the strategic reserve as to when to use it and when not to use it. That was the plan. That was your whole plan? That was the whole plan. This morning, the government of the United States, led by the President of the United States, has authorized a release of oil from the strategic reserve. The defense of the United States is being used to now put oil into the market. Why? Oil is $76 a barrel. Is oil $200 a barrel? Are you paying $9 a gallon for gas somewhere? No. Gas is $3.50 to $4.50 a gallon, depending on where you are. It's closer to $5 here in California. It's always most expensive here. Gas is at a higher price right now than average, and Americans are a little upset, and they're blaming one guy for the high oil prices, high gas prices. There's only one guy to blame in America: the President of the United States. And so the President of the United States talked to the chairman of the Communist Party in China, and they're trying to make a deal. We'll release a reserve from our reserve, you release reserve from your reserve, and that'll bring the price of oil down, keep the price down, and keep gas cheap. And if gas is cheap, business can continue to do business. But what about this climate conference we were just at 2 weeks ago? What about this idea of burning less fuel and getting us off of oil and getting us onto electric cars and producing electricity from the sun and using tidal waves or tides to produce? There's all kinds of ways to produce electricity and energy, and we can make electricity for cars. We don't need gas. We don't need oil. What happened to that? Well, see, the polls came out. See, there's this poll number that shows a disapproval rating of the President of the United States. We can't fight global warming if you have bad poll numbers. I mean, you got to put that over here for now. I mean, for now. And that's been the argument since the 60s. For now, we'll just do this. For now. And that's the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. The environmentalists who became big-time rock stars in the late 60s and 70s when this embargo thing happened in 73, 74, they were the ones saying, we told you so. If there's ever a shortage of oil, are we ever screwed? We should be getting off this stuff. This stuff is bad for us. I mean, First of all, we don't have the world's supply of this stuff, so it's in hands that are kind of shaky. These guys really don't deserve trillions of dollars of our money. I mean, what are they going to do with it? Well, the good news is that some of the countries in the Middle East have decided to take trillions of their dollars over the last 50 years, trillions, and buy U.S. military goods, buy U.S. bullets, guns, planes, jets. Yeah, it's great. So America gets all this money back by supplying them with weapons, which eventually American troops have to fight against, and whatever. But that's another matter, you know. And then when America goes and fights a war and they leave a whole bunch of weaponry behind, which is just unbelievable, then new armies are created. It's great. Anyway, good for the in defense business. It's just wonderful because you have to keep making guns because old guns wear out, planes wear out. American jet fighters are lousy when it comes to shelf life. They don't last that long. They're really finicky little things. The little tiny problems can ground them. So you got to make lots of them, and you got to keep them coming. It's great for the defense business. No warranty. You sell a product for $450 million a copy. You don't have to give out a warranty. It's fantastic. In any event, it's all paid for by the American taxpayer. It's wonderful. But these countries have no loyalty to their customers, really, because oil is needed by everybody. The communists need it. The socialists need it. The capitalists need it. Radicals need it. Revolutionary forces need it. It doesn't matter. Everybody needs this stuff. So if you're producing oil, you have no shortage of customers. No matter what the embargo, there's ways. Even in Iran, Iran gets embargoed. They can't sell product officially, so they find ways to sell it unofficially. Truckloads of this stuff just drives out of Iran, goes elsewhere. Turkey, it has taken in billions of barrels of oil from Iran. Oh, they take it all to, and Russia has taken in billions. Oh my gosh, have they taken oil? Do you ever wonder why Turkey and Russia get along so well with Iran, and China gets along so well with Iran, and no one else does? You ever figured that out? They do business. Business is good. Oh, very good. Because Americans aren't there to interfere. They're not there to undercut because they've been banned from being there. It's just a little thing, you know. It's just a little thing. Anyway, in the meantime, American politicians get reelected every cycle on the Iran thing. They stir up the Iran hatred and they run on it, like they stir up the hatred of Cuba and they run on it. And since the 60s, politicians just keep riling up their base to get reelected on these issues. In the meantime, we keep using oil. I don't know if you've noticed, but when you go out on a Saturday with your family or your significant other or on your own, and you have to go to the grocery store and you've got to go to wherever you're going, your local shopping mall, or going to meet a friend for a coffee, you probably pass by a couple of gas stations all the time. And there are always vehicles in the gas station all the time getting fuel. We don't stop this ever. And in politics, the planet does not come first. The planet is way down in priority. The number one thing in politics is getting re-elected. That is the number one rule in politics. Get re-elected. That's all you care about if you're a politician. Everything else is secondary. What you want from your politician, what you want, secondary. Get re-elected. And if the majority of your electorate is quite happy having fuel for their car, and they're happy at $2.20 a gallon, but they're unhappy at $3.20 a gallon, you better do something about that, or you're not getting re-elected. Because your population, your voters are not interested in the elimination of fuel. They talk about it, but they won't do anything about it. If Americans truly wanted to be, and Canadians and others, all people, if we all wanted to get off oil, we would all be driving very fuel-efficient vehicles. I mean, really fuel-efficient vehicles. We would be into hybrids like you can't believe. We would be, combination of fuel, gas, and electricity. We'd all be clamoring for the latest electric cars. And yes, Tesla has got a back order of vehicles. Absolutely. Yep, Tesla's doing great. They got a back order of vehicles. But they're not going to make 1 million vehicles this year. they're years away from getting to 1 million or 2 million or 3 million vehicles a year. They don't have enough factories to make that many. As popular as they are, I mean, here's a company that's just, they have no trouble selling a Model 3 or a Model S car. There's a waiting list to get these things. They can't make them fast enough. Ford, GM can't figure out how to make them. They say they're on their way, they're well on their down the road, but they're years away from getting a reliable electric vehicle out that Americans will trust. Are you kidding me? No way. You have a North American male who's 25 to 35 years old going into a dealership today for a new pickup truck. You give them a choice. What do you want? Here are all the models. They will go right to the big old, they might go to a diesel, but they'll certainly get the big gasoline version of vehicle with all the bells and whistles, because that's what their dad had, and that's what their uncle's got, and that's what their best friend has. They're not going to go to electric. No way. No, not a chance. Until you have 25 models of electric pickup trucks available to compete with the 150 gasoline versions or whatever it is, you're not going anywhere. You don't see Toyota and Nissan and the imports coming into America with electric pickup trucks, do you? They're not coming in with that stuff. They know they can't sell it. They can't sell it because the buyers don't want it. It's just not yet acceptable. Now, in the urban areas of North America, Canada, US, the Tesla Model 3 is a huge selling car. Fantastic. Number one model car in California of all vehicles, of all cars, is a Model 3, the most popular. Problem is, most people want SUVs now. They don't want cars anymore. They want SUVs. Minivans on steroids is really what they are, or hatchbacks on steroids. That's all those are. It's nothing new there. SUVs have been around forever. A very popular SUV that sold for a long time was American Motors, the Eagle. The Eagle vehicle sold really well and lasted forever. Those are trucks. Those really were trucks that were made to look like cars. Unfortunately, American Motors got picked up by Chrysler, and Chrysler quickly killed that thing, because you can't make a living selling a car that lasts for 15 years. You cannot. No way. Not in America, man. You got to get people to buy a new vehicle every 3 to 5 years. No, we're not going to make that. That got eliminated so quickly. They could have modernized it and upgraded it and really refined it. But no. Subaru, they came in with a vehicle that's like a truck underneath. Yeah, four-wheel drive, everything four-wheel drive, solid as get up. Subarus are built to last. Yeah, but Subarus are imports, and they're not the number one brand in the country. But in certain states, they're the number one selling brand. Period. Like Washington State, Oregon State, Subaru, number one car brand. Period. But I digress. We're back to the oil game, and oil right now is up 23 cents a barrel to $76.98. Canada has trillions of dollars of oil sitting in the ground. We know exactly where it is. We know exactly how to refine it. Canada refines oil probably in the cleanest way humanly possible because of all the regulations in Canada to work with that stuff. But the image of Canada's oil are little ducklings covered in black tar. That's the image of Canada's oil business. It's very difficult to sell that past a politician because, again, politicians want votes, and radical environmentalists will show pictures of little ducklings covered in tar, and that stops a politician from supporting a pipeline from Canada to the United States. So you can't get the oil from Canada to the U.S. where it's needed. America is desperate for Canada's oil, but it can't import it. There are pipelines still operating and will operate for decades more, but America needs triple the capacity that it now has. And you can't get a pipeline across the 49th parallel. The first thing Biden did as president, the first 3 hours, first 3 days, nixed the Keystone pipeline that Trump had approved, that Obama had nixed, that Bush had approved. You can't get a pipeline across the border. It's just not going to happen. And so America is finding it challenging from time to time to get supplies, although America is incredibly good at extracting oil from oil fields that were thought long ago to be dead. And they have found ways to enhance production through all kinds of new techniques, scientific discoveries, and everything else. And so America is one of the world's largest producers of oil. And up until last year, America was exporting oil. Did you know that? America was exporting oil from its own shores. Today, America is using its national strategic reserve to try to keep the price of oil down, and it's only at $77 a barrel. When oil in 2008, oil hit 140 barrel. The strategic reserve was not being used. You're on your own. You're on your own. And the answer for you as individuals is simple. If you want to not pay this much money for a gallon of gas when you go to your local gas station, simple. Buy less of it. Use less of it. There's ways to do that. But the choice is you may have to go from an 8-cylinder to a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder. You may have to go from a 6-cylinder to a 4-cylinder turbo. You may have to go to a hybrid. But that is unthinkable for many Americans. It's un-American, actually. It's incredible. But people aren't thinking about the planet. They're thinking about their image. They're thinking about their status in their neighborhood. They're thinking about what their relatives will say about them if they're caught dead driving this vehicle rather than the old Dodge everyone's been driving. It is the way. That's the way it is. This is the world in which we live. And Canada went through it. Canada went through it back in the 70s and the 80s. And the government of the day thought, sorry, folks, we cannot help you be behind the wheel of 350 cubic inch engine V8s to commute to work every morning in downtown Toronto or Calgary or Edmonton or Vancouver. We cannot, we're not going to do everything we can as a nation to subsidize this lifestyle. That's not our priority. In Canada, we're going to reduce usage of fuel because in the 70s, half of Canada's fuel came from overseas and half from Western Canada. It was only 50-50. Today, Western Canada produces more oil than Canada could ever use. The problem in Canada, unfortunately, is that Eastern Canadians, environmentalists, will not allow pipelines from Western Canada to Eastern Canada so that Canada can be self-sufficient. And so Canada still imports oil from third world regimes where journalists get sliced into little tiny pieces in embassies in Turkey. Still import from these guys. It's incredible. Every common sense Canadian goes, what? Really? Yeah, it still happens. So if you buy a gallon of gas in Montreal or Quebec City or Newfoundland and Moncton or Halifax, you're buying a fuel that came from Saudi Arabia or somewhere in the Middle East. And these are the guys that kill American soldiers and kidnap Americans and thumb their nose at whatever. I mean, these are the guys. They're the ones who fund terrorist groups in other countries to wreak havoc, which American taxpayers now have to fund their military and their CIA to defeat. America pays for these guys through imports. Canada does it. Europe does it. Oil goes everywhere. And it's a wonderful commodity. Everyone's a buyer of this stuff. And the way to defeat these guys is to use less of it, so much less of it, that the price collapses. And that all of a sudden, half the world oil supply is uneconomic to produce, which means oil companies will walk away from oil leases. They just won't drill it because they lose money. And if you get the price down to $25 a barrel, and it is only used for lubricants and other additives, but not in the gas tank, because the users of drivers of vehicles have found other alternatives to put in for energy instead of fuel. You will burn less of it. You'll find less of it. You'll refine less of it. You will also find that the very lazy producers of this stuff, which are in general, they start with some of the most notorious bad guys there are, will be out of business. And there'll be hardship in certain areas of the world. Yeah, sure. But then again, the great equalization will take place. And America will be stronger. Canada will be stronger. Europe will be stronger because we're not dependent on third world countries and or terrorist countries or dictator-run countries or fiefdom type countries for supplies of a very necessary ingredient. Because if we can get off of it, we don't need these guys anymore. And all of a sudden, they need us more than we need them. And all of a sudden, they come begging to us for help. But that doesn't get you reelected. This is the problem. If the politicians of the world got reelected based on the drop of oil price to $20 a barrel because we use 30% less of it, 40% less of it, 50% of it, if we reelected our nation's leaders because we got our country off of imported oil, then that would be a national priority. But it's not. We want $2 a gallon oil. We want $2 a gallon gasoline, $1.99 a gallon. That is a national priority for most people out there. It's people don't want to hear it. I can tell you right now, I'm not getting the views I normally get on this show. People don't want to be told how to live their lives, and they sure don't want to hear it from a Canadian who's sitting in America right now to tell America how to run itself. But again, I'm talking about Canada too. I really am. Canadians, by the way, you go up to Canada and drive in the big cities, and yeah, in Calgary, pickup trucks all over the place. So you'll see pickup trucks. But what you might notice about the pickup trucks in Calgary is that they're 6-cylinder engines. A lot of them are diesels that are getting 35 miles to the gallon. There are also a lot of hybrid pickup trucks in Calgary as well, quite a few. But other than that, the other vehicles in Canada are 4-cylinder vehicles, SUVs with 4 cylinders. 6 cylinders, that's pushing it because you're talking about $100 a fill on your tank here. You're filling your tank for $100. No. People want to fill up their gas tank for under $50 or $60, if at all possible. And if they can only do that once or twice a month, even better. And so a lot of Canadians are driving SUVs with 4-cylinder motors getting 35, 40 miles to the gallon. There's a whole lot of that up there. And that's the way the country is going. That's the way the population is going. You see someone driving an Oldsmobile Delta 88 from the 70s. That is an anomaly. I mean, you're looking at that going, whoa, look at the size of that thing. That's like 2 of our cars fitting in there. Almost impossible to find something like that. It may be at car shows, but certainly not for commuting. You're not going to see that. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Anyway, folks, welcome to the show. Welcome to the old man ranting and raving. You can change the world if you want to. You just have to really want to do it. But if the President of the United States feels that it's in his political best interest to use the defense of the United States military, the effectiveness of the United States military to defend itself, to lower your gas price at the pump by 50 cents a gallon, you guys got a problem. This should be sounding off alarm bells in every household in America, but it won't. It will not. And that is the outside world looking in going, what? You're using your defense of the United States of oil reserve to lower your gas price by 50 cents a gallon? What? What? Yeah, we kind of go, huh? But that's the outside world. What's going on? Are we going to make money today? Are stocks going to go up or down today? What's going to happen? We're always curious about that. By the way, while I'm talking, oil's going up, 77.75 a barrel. It's up $1 now. There you go. We have the Dow up 42 points. We got the S&P up. Actually now absolutely at 0. The futures are at 0. We got 14 minutes to go before we open. We're down 30 on the NASDAQ market right now. And I see Matterport at 26.84. I see Matterport up 79 cents on the pre-market. That's kind of good. I'm happy to see that. A Rocket Lab today, 15.90, down a penny. It was over 16 about a half an hour ago, but right now 15.90. And AMC 41.29 up a nickel. GameStop is 244.83. I've seen it at 242. I've seen it at 246. 244.93 down 262. Not going anywhere. 31,000 pre-market volume That's a nothing burger. There is no volume here. That's not good for the continuation of an up price, from what I can see from this vantage point. Anyway, 23andMe, showing it now at 9.26, up 27 cents a share. Sixtera is 9.50, down 9 cents. ATIP is trading 470 shares, 336 last trade, down 6. SOFI today, 1854 at the moment. It has just dropped 20 cents in the last 5 minutes. It was 1870. It was unchanged. The story on SOFI that came out early today was that SoftBank, one of the original investors in SOFI, SoftBank bought a bunch of stock at $10 a share on the PIPE financing. That $2 billion that was added to the SPAC of $400 million, the PIPE money, the $2 billion, that stock is slowly getting released, and the owners of that stock can do whatever they want with it. Well, that filing was made a week and a half ago. We saw that filing, a 50 million share a secondary offering held, being organized by Barclays Bank. SOFI, they offloaded 22 million or something of their shares to this, into this, of the 50 million. And then Chamath, that guy, a bunch of his stock was in that 50 million. So it's all sold. It's already sold. It's not going to be sold. It's been done already. And the SOFI shares that SoftBank had, they sold at $21.50. And so $18.51 is $3 less than what these guys got for the stock last week. So this is old news. Again, I don't want you to be fooled or hoodwinked or in any way misled to think that, oh God, SoftBank is going to sell all this stuff. It's been done already. It's been placed into the hands of other institutions. I would not be surprised that pension funds, mutual funds, and ETFs bought all 50 million. And it was a nothing burger deal. It was just a couple of trades, and it was all looked after. Barclays made easy commissions, being the broker, the middleman between the two parties. It was a good week for Barclays last week. That's a done deal. So 1848 is SOFI right now. 1848, bargain is what I say. Rocket Lab, 1589, down 2 cents. Smart Rent, 981. Other than that, not a lot really going on. That's what we're watching here. It says that White House is going to release 50 million barrels from the strategic reserve. That's the headline here. Utterly asinine move by the administration and the country of the wonderful people of the United States of America. It is the wrong move on behalf of the citizens of the United States of America. I think that what the American country should do, America should buy more oil on the open market and put it into the strategic reserve. I think you should corner the market at $75 a barrel. Buy it all. Drive it to $150 a barrel. Drive weak economies out of business, dominating the world with your economy, because you guys can run at $150 a barrel because you'll use less of it. And that'll be good for the planet because a lot less fuel will be burned because it'll be too expensive to buy. But then that's radical. I better not go to Texas right now. The folks with the V8 engine pickup trucks are not going to be happy with me. What is he talking about? It's $12 a gallon. You guys are killing me, man. Buy a Tesla pickup truck. They're going to be built right in Texas. Come on, man. I'm quite curious to see these Tesla pickup trucks when they ultimately hit the road, probably later this year, next year. That should be pretty cool. That could be a real game changer. I hope it is, but I don't know. I'm not too excited about the look of this thing. They wanted to make it an aluminum triangular thing. I would have been happier had they come out with a slippery looking truck that just upset the market. It looks like a pickup truck, but it's really futuristic looking. This is not. This is spaceship looking. It is just way out there. But hey, Elon, look at it. Look, Elon, you're making the right moves, and I'm not gonna get in your way. like as if I could. Way to go, Elon. And if it works for you and it sells, great. And if they perform, if these trucks perform, I'm a happy guy for everybody. Matterport right now, $26 a share, down a nickel. I saw it at $27 a share for a moment. I think that was a misquote. Might have been a misprint, but Matterport at 26 share. Rocket Lab 15.89, down 2 cents. There isn't a heck of a lot actually happening in the marketplace in any big crazy way. Dow is up 51, and the S&P is down a quarter of a point. Nasdaq down 39, and that's the deal. That's where we're at. Welcome all. Welcome to the to the rant, Uncle Bruce's rant. Hope I haven't upset too many of you. Got you thinking, maybe? Maybe that's a good thing. Get you thinking. What can I say? I tell you again, if you're under 50, you won't remember this either. It just won't mean anything to you. But it might mean something to you when you understand it. But I will tell you that I remember in 1968, 69, I was reading, and I was like 13, 14, 15 years old. And, my dad would read these, he'd read Life magazine and he'd read Time magazine. And, then I'd be able to read the magazine after he was done with it. Because once he read it, he was done with it. And so I read the paper after Dad finished it, and I'd read the Time magazine, it would be lying around the house for weeks until Mom would finally throw the old ones away when we got the new ones in. And I remember articles that were written back at that time that talked about the fact that the world supply of oil had less than 10 years left to go, that we would run out of oil within 10 years. And at that time, the worry was what would happen militarily. It wasn't about what happened to you and me. We didn't count. We the public did not talk about that. The articles wanted to know, would the United States take over a country that had oil? Would Russia take over countries that had oil? Because these two superpowers needed to have oil to run their inefficient economies and their inefficient systems. Oil was needed. And in 68, 69, you could get a gallon of gas for 19 cents a gallon. I mean, it's cheap. But when the embargo came through, there was a misunderstanding about the embargo. For some people, they thought that the embargo really wasn't an embargo. It's a shortage of oil and gas. That's what it is. The planet is running out of fuel. And then the experts came in and said, no. This so-called rumor of the planet running out of this stuff is complete fiction. Saudi Arabia has 100 billion barrels of this stuff, and it's like 4,000 feet down. It's light, sweet crude. It is the highest quality crude you can get out of the earth. It requires refining, but it's a nothing burger to clean up. Canadian crude, California oil, some of the fields in California were really, and even to this day, really heavy stuff and incredibly toxic and requires a ton of refining. And it's being done in the greater Los Angeles area, right beside the Pacific Ocean, just north of Long Beach. There's all kinds of refineries there, been there forever. Next time you're in town, why don't you drive on by? Take a big smell of that beautiful petroleum air that those folks are living with down there, right on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. But God forbid you allow the Canadians to import fuel. Don't let those Canadians. That stuff's, that'll kill you. But we're drowning in it. We're drowning in this stuff. And there's no shortage. The problem we have is that we won't get off it. And until we get off it, we have a climate problem. We just have to use less of it. It's as simple as that. We don't have to eliminate it from existence. We just have to use about a third of how much we're using now. And we can. We're that smart. We're that ingenious that we can do this easily. It's relatively simple. It just requires an international effort and a national priority. But until a politician gets elected or not elected on that platform, absolutely nothing is going to happen. And we will continue the same insanity that we've been continuing since the 60s. And there's your 66-year-old man saying, "Hey, over to you, you youngsters, you take over this problem because I couldn't get my dad off this stuff. My father couldn't get the leaders of the world off of this stuff in the 50s when he was in his prime in the 60s. I couldn't get the world off of oil in my prime. Maybe you can do it. I don't think you can. I think the 40-year-olds are already throwing their hands up in the air, going, it's not working because the president of the United States today is releasing oil from the strategic reserve because 40-year-old voters might vote him out of office. So they're not doing it. So maybe the 20-year-olds that are behind the 40-year-olds that don't watch me anymore, the really young kids, will be the next version to do it. Because they were the ones, the 20-year-olds were the ones, and now they're 30, who cut the cable. They cut the cable cord. Unthinkable in my lifetime that cable would be cut by kids and people who would purposely not watch cable television. I couldn't believe it. But it's happened, and it's happening, and cable companies are watching their numbers drop and drop and drop. Quite interesting. Anyway, we're about to open for the day, and I want to say thank you, all of you, for hanging around and coming by here today. And thank you to those of you who are members of this channel and you're here to join us. Hopefully, we'll have a good day today. Hopefully, people will get really rich later today. That'd be kind of nice. We'll see what's going on. I'm going to take a look at Matterport again. What is with Matterport? I can't make heads or tails of this quote. Okay, it's 26.20. It's up 15 cents. It had one of these shots. I don't know why, but took a shot over 27. I don't know why, but here we are. 26.20 up 15 cents. 34,000 pre-market, but we're about to open in 2 minutes, so we'll see what the big market thinks about these guys. Okay, let's see what happens. Hopefully you'll do well today. Those of you who are option writers will make some money. We'll keep an eye on GameStop, of course, and see how it wants to perform this morning. Going into the final minute of the opening market now, we are down $1.55 on GameStop to $245.92, down 163. The low this morning was 142.50 or so, or sorry, 242.50. Pardon me, 242.50 was the low. And it was as high as 247.50 way back hours ago, but didn't last long. Here we are, 246, down 155 a share. Larry is about to tell us that the markets are opening and we're up for trading. And let's see how things go. Larry, thanks, buddy. There it is. Larry's on it. We're open, kids. We're back running for another day. Let's see how the markets treat us today, hopefully with all the due respect we deserve. The Dow is up 17. That's my first indication of what we got going. We're up 17 on the Dow. We're down 15 on the S&P 500. And NASDAQ is down 202. But now I see NASDAQ down 37. So let's see what's going on here. Now we're down 202 on NASDAQ. We're down on 202 points. But this might be last night's close. So you got to cut me a break. I think that's last night's number. So let's just give it a minute or two and let this market figure itself out. Oh, my God. Rocket Lab, I am showing a 14-cent drop right now. That's what I'm showing right now. Uncle Bruce, my 23-year-old son is a cord cutter, drives a Model 3, as do many of his friends. Hopefully the kids will save the planet from these knuckleheads. Way to go. I commend him. I really do. I commend him. And these youngsters demand that the home they live in when they do become homeowners is powered by a combination of solar and other renewables. Fantastic as well. I'm pumped. I'm happy to hear that. Cable started out giving a sales pitch of watching TV without commercials. You remember that? That died pretty quick. They killed that idea, and slowly there's more time force feeding commercials than there is program. Oh, there's no question about it. The NFL is the worst with commercials, without question. It is the absolute worst product on television for commercials. It is utterly laughable what the NFL product is on television today. Absolutely laughable. I don't watch it. I really have a tough time. Jennifer loves her Steelers, but oh gosh, she would rather tape the game an hour and then start watching it with fast forwarding through the crap. It is very difficult to watch. It is very difficult to watch. What can I say? One play, 100 commercials. Yeah, Bruce, I'm renovating a house right now that has a coal furnace. Oh my God. That was installed 7 years ago. Oh my goodness. I just watched Red Zone now, Michael. There you go. And I can't stand that music in the background that they have. That grinding music when you're showing plays. I have to mute the television. I'm of that age. Can't handle it. It's ridiculous. But then again, I'm missing all of the what's the word I look for? Pulitzer Prize winning commentary by muting the television. In other words, I'm not missing anything there either. Never watched TV, but when I'm stuck in a hotel, I'm like, I hold up. Wasn't there a commercial like 2 minutes ago? Oh my, go Birds, insane. How is SoFi going to do today? Probably going to dip. I'll be buying it. You're so right. That music in the background drives me nuts. I can't stand it. Jen can't stand it. She mutes the television and we talk to each other. And we make the commentary. We because we can see, we know what's going on. It's unbelievable. Rocket Lab down 39 cents, SoFi down 27 cents, GameStop at 241 down 651. Matterport up 29 cents. Make that up 34 cents on Matterport. ME up 28 cents. Spire down 4. ATIP down 7.5. SmartRent down 45 cents. Sextera up 4. AMC down 6 cents. Robinhood down 47. Vanik down $2. Home Depot down $3. IBM up 38 cents. The Dow up 9 points. Microsoft down 460, Apple down 70 cents, Tesla up 720, Bed Bath Beyond up 45, BlackBerry up 2 cents, Royal Caribbean up $1, Goldman up $3.93 to $400.09, and Cisco 54.90 up 30 cents. There's a quick recap of what's going on. GameStop 244 down 355 on 158,000 shares. Very quiet opening on GameStop. Very quiet volume. High of the day, 246, low 240, now 244 on GameStop. Without news and without volume, this cannot stay up here. But we'll see what's going on here. My dad would mute the TV and listen to the radio broadcast while listening to the game. I used to do that with Flames hockey games. We'd mute the television and listen to Peter Marr calling the play-by-play. Yeah, exactly. Uncle Bruce, can you talk about this ridiculous price action on SoFi? This may be the sixth straight down day. The 5-day chart looks horrendous. Well, you know what? The turnaround is about to happen. That's why I look at it. Every day you go down means you are closer to a snapback the other direction that could be half of the loss. So you've gone from 24 to 18. You could come back to 21 real fast, and we're at 1864, down only 11 cents. That's the other tip off for you, is if the losses on SoFi begin to become pennies rather than dollars, you've neared the end of the sell-off, and you might have a massive turnaround. We were down to 1826 to open the morning. This might be the last of the washout, people throwing the bathwater and the baby out at the same time. Now we're at 1864, down only 11 cents on 1.4 million shares. So we don't have 10 million shares yet traded, only 1.4 million. People have given up wanting to sell out. There's no interested party desperate to get out in a big way on SoFi. Now we're 1866, down 9 cents. We may be in a turnaround right now. GameStop down 123 to 246. Matterport up 42 cents to 26.47. ME 930, talk about a turnaround due here. ME up 31 cents on 198,000 shares. Spire down 8. I heard and read this morning, I think it was early this morning, that the Superior Court of Ontario has cleared the deal. In Canada, we do things a little, goofy. This merger of a foreign company taking over a domestic company has to go through extra hurdles because of Canada's so-called integrity, security, I don't know what. Anyway, it's been blessed at the highest level. The takeover of Exact Earth by Spire, listed on New York, has been blessed from on high. Will now go through, and the money will change hands. The shares will be transferred. This will all take place now. Okay, well, the stock is down 7 cents on Spire because we got the word it's been blessed. Now we need the final word it's been done. And I'm thinking by Friday it'll all be finished. And let's see what the stock does. ATIP 340 down 2 cents. Smart Rent down 27 cents. Xterra unchanged. At the moment, that is where we're at right here. SoFi now down 27 cents, 18.48 as it tries to find itself. GameStop 251.55, another high. Remember, a week ago we hit 255 on the Wednesday. Remember that? The intraday high of 255. We may take a run at that here. I don't know. Volume on GameStop 295,000, last at 251.44. There's maybe hope out there that a short squeeze has been uncovered. The hope is that they'll be the mother of all short squeezes of all time. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'd like to see 20 million a day go through here because in the old days, back in January, February, March, 20 to 100 million shares a day was nothing. We did 4 million yesterday. 4 million yesterday. That's not good enough. We're just jumped $2 to 248 on GameStop, up $1.10. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. A good thing TV doesn't have sound. See, even mine doesn't have sound. It's actually doing me a favor. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, mute is my favorite button on the television when I watch football. Let's see. I thought I was the only one that heard that grating sound on NFL games. The worst is when they play the same commercial over and over, sometimes 2 times in a row. Oh, it's the worst. And that those they show the highlight packages with that noise in the background, that just annoying, beyond annoying. I'm sure there are studies somewhere that these television networks have conducted that show that retention value of replays are much higher and people don't switch the channel as often. I got to tell you, it's a mute button for us, without a doubt. I don't think they can measure mute button activity. I don't think they can, which means all the words being spoken, we don't hear about. All the promos of your upcoming programs after the game, we don't hear it. We don't want to hear it. It is utterly ridiculous. And on baseball games, oh my God, the advertising on baseball games where these poor announcers have to read all these stupid notes from the network about this and that and everything else. It is annoying to the millionth degree, utterly ridiculous, and it is a turnoff of gargantuan proportions. It really is. But what am I going to do? European football commentary is the best. At least with the NFL, you can end up watching a whole period without a commercial almost. Uncle Bruce, you can make these numbers go up now. They've been going down for a while. Uncle Bruce, is it too risky to write SoFi options for this week? No, it's not. It's not too risky. You can always write a $20 contract on your SoFi if you want to put that up there for Friday expiry, but you're not going to get much for it. That's the catch. $18.50 on SoFi, down a quarter. Let's see. What price does Robinhood become a good buy? 1 penny a share is a great buy if you've shorted it. Don't buy Robinhood for anything. SoFi bounced off the 200-day, was a moving average, and looks to test it again today. Hopefully that holds us. We'll see. I don't know. The absolute worst commercial on the internet is the Bank of America commercial on YouTube with the click complaining about how girls are taught to save while boys are taught to build wealth. Talk about sexist or what? Then they throw some Spanish in there too. Makes me cringe. Roger that. The market is scared, moving into blue chips again. Would this be a great time to write puts on SoFi? This might be a very good time to write puts on SoFi. Yes, very much so. ME as well. I would think so. Yes, I would say. Even Smart Rent, there would be a good time, but only if there are premiums. If there are no premiums, it's not a good time. You want to get premiums. ME, I don't trust you. You're going to fall on me, ain't you? You cruel mistress. GameStop jumping now. GameStop 245, down 179 now. Well, GameStop recovered, or did it? Huge volume on CYXT this morning. 2,700 traded. Adventures with Duncan. How's everybody doing? Duncan, how you doing, my man? Good to see you here, buddy. I hope you're doing all right. Let's see. Monday night with the Mannings is watchable, though. Yeah, notice they mute the button, don't they? You don't hear any other noises, but they're talking. Oh my gosh, 246.99, down 56 cents on GameStop. Let's see. DQ. My sister-in-law wears the same shirt every day that says a woman belongs in the House of Representatives. There you go. The random baseball stats almost make up for the ads. He's only the third player in MLB history who rode a tacky socks in the third grade and hit for the cycle in the divisional series. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Should I think about rolling my GameStop 230 December 3rd call now, or wait a bit more and see what the stock wants to do? It looks like I could bring in a premium going a week out for 250. Thanks, Uncle Bruce family. If you can get a healthy premium with a 250 a strike price, you can get a premium increase. Make your move. Yeah, make your move. Absolutely. Matterport got an upgrade from Credit Suisse. I think it's a maintain with a $34 price target. I don't know if that's an increase on the target, but it's a maintain. That might be a bump up on price. It was all right. We'll take it. Let's see. A Formula One commentary is great, and they're looking at the alternative fuel sources. Great attitude in that sport. ATIP is green. I didn't know it could do that. ATIP 347 up a half a penny. Whew, what a revelation that is. That's good. Julie, years ago, Party was a commercial ad. Was a commercial ad guy there. When the host muted the commercials on TV, the ad guy about passed out and asked, "Why mute it? Don't people watch commercials?" One word: oblivious. Completely oblivious. Who cares? I just made $220 in less than 2 minutes, getting in and out of a $300 covered call. How about that? Will GameStop's little buddy BBB outsqueeze GameStop? I don't follow that technical side of it. I just watch it from time to time to see how it's doing, but I don't care. Don't care. They've got structural problems, real structural problems, Bed Bath & Beyond. Yikes. Looks like I should have doubled down on Matterport, not SOFI. Bruce, remember on last week when I mentioned Schumer talking about the oil reserves? I knew they weren't smart enough to tell him to STFU. Drew, have you heard about the ATIP acquisition of acceleration physical therapy? Your thoughts? I have not heard about that. Acceleration. I hope it's a good thing. The ATIP stock is up 6.5 cents. And I don't see an announcement on my phone, so there's nothing actually there. ATIP, curious to see if there's anything elsewhere. Where did you hear this news? Would be nice if you could send me an email about it. That would be great. 348.5 on the stock, up 6.5 cents. No news there. What else is going on? Press releases. Any press release? Nothing here on a press release. So there's nothing official anywhere that I can see at this point, but I would sure love to know about this, where this could. Drew, let me know where you're hearing this. What is it? Indentured servitude, low pay, and grueling conditions fueling U.S. truck driver shortage. No one is buying Spire. I got a feeling Matterport is going to hit 30 today, but who knows, says John. If Spire can hold above 470, it might find some support. Uncle Bruce, sell a $20 put for January on SOFI for $3.15. What are your thoughts? SOFI, the stock is $18.50. This is a $3.15, so that's a $1.65 premium for January. Might be worth a go. Yeah, might be worth a go on that. Julie, on the fly, ATIP Physical Therapy announced that the company has acquired Acceleration Physical Therapy, extending its footprint into the Grand Rapids area. So they are buying up yet another location, physical therapy location, as they keep adding them. It's almost like one a week, plus they're building their own. The company is just systematically growing itself out bit by bit. It's up 7 cents now to $3.49. And we did see a lot of buying on that stock 2 weeks ago, 32 million in one day. We've been much quieter since. We backed off from the 4 level for something to hear, but we're at 350 right now in ATIP, up 8 cents. Exactly. Get the trucks off the road. Rail good transportation with central hubs that have their own inlets, outlets, not congested city traffic. There is a report on MTNE Newswire about ATIP acquisition. If no one is buying Spire, who the heck is selling at these prices? Thank you, Heath Garrett, for the donation on PayPal. Thank you, Heath. The addition of Acceleration strengthens ATI Michigan portfolio and builds an existing clinics in the southern and northwestern regions of the state. Ed Hawkins, Uncle Priest, if I sell a put on SOFI, I'm hoping the stock goes up, right? Yes, you are. If you're selling cash secured put, you're looking for the stock to go higher. I don't understand it either. I'm not smart enough to figure it out. If the stock goes higher, the put goes down in value. You sell it up here, you buy it back down here. The higher the stock goes, the cheaper the put is to get back. You make money on the move up. And if it goes above the strike price and stays above the strike price, that contract will eventually be worth zero. You won't ever have to buy it back. Keep all the money if you want. If you want to wait it out, totally up to you. News released November 18th on ATIP, though. Ed writing puts his bullish. So, yes, you're betting it for it to go up. I'm actually glad SoFi's opening down and holding. Perhaps it's a sign the selling is drying up. Calls on coffee. Thanks, Gody. The rest of the fly story on ATIP, the addition of Excel strengthens their Michigan portfolio, builds an existing clinics in the southern northeastern area. Was formed in 2003. Do you think this price is going to keep dropping on SoFi? No, I don't. It's under 20, it's a buy. Anything under 20 is a buy. There you go. SoFi, 1848, down only 27 cents. We're not dropping off the face of the earth. It is a bargain. You can get contracts at 15 or 17 or 16 or 18. Buy contracts, go long on those, or write puts. Yes, GameStop, 248 up 66 cents, 248.21. Matterport up $1.30 now, 27.35 on your Matterport, kids. Nice to see that popping up a little bit. There it goes. Matterport is traded 576,000, and it's taking a shot straight up. That $34 price target doesn't hurt. Let's go, and keep your eye on how high it wants to go, how far. And you might want to write $30 or $35 call options on your Matterport. Yet again, how about that? Get ready to write Matterport calls, people. Matterport news popped 33 minutes ago. Something about expanding services. Uncle Bruce, what are leaps? Leaps are call options that are longer than 2 years, a year, 2 years, 3 years out. That's what they really are, leaps. Those are, in effect, what they are. Rocket Lab, 1543 down 48. SoFi, 1844 down 31. GameStop up 58 cents. Matterport up $1.20. ME up 30 cents to 9.29. Spire down 12. ATIP up a dime, 352 last trades. Volume on ATIP, 119,000 shares. Bargain hunters are coming in and picking off ATIP. Smart Rent down 17 cents. Sextera down 6 cents. The Dow up 101. S&P up 11.9, NASDAQ up 30. That's a turnaround from last night. Big turnaround in sentiment at this point, but it is not yet a breakout of gargantuan proportions, but it is a turnaround. ATIP 352, up a dime at the moment. All righty. I could have written a Matterport call yesterday morning and closed it yesterday afternoon after that big drop. Leaps are what I have liked. 10 on the ATIP 250 strike. Let's see, Hayworth is saying, man, if I'd have dumped 10 grand into Matterport, as I did on SoFi, we'd be chilling today. Well, SoFi, 1839 down only 36 cents. Matterport up 116 to 27.21. GameStop down 26 cents. Got all kinds of stuff jumping all over the place, trying to figure itself out. That's what we have going on, folks. Thank you, all of you, for thumbs ups. So already today, 288 of them have come in on the thumbs up meter. Thank you for that. Keep them coming if you could, and help the channel gain some more momentum, please. Thank you so much. GameStop 247.25 down 30 cents. We're just kind of hanging around, and that is what it's doing. That's where we're at right at the moment. And what else is going on here? Again, thank you, Heath Garrett. Thank you for this donation on PayPal. So appreciate it. It's wonderful. Jen will be thrilled with that, of course. Thank you guys for being here today, being members, being subscribers, being just followers of the channel. Really appreciate it. We love having you here. Don't forget, we're going to do our first meet and greet December the 11th at the OUTBACK Steakhouse in Ontario, right at the Ontario Mills Mall, just on the south side of the Ontario Mills Mall. We're going to be there for a live meet and greet at the OUTBACK, and you're more than welcome to join us. Check the details down below in the description here, and come on in, get yourself a ticket, and join us. We're going to have some good eating over there. I think we're going to have some good food over there. Let's see here. Uncle Bruce reading my comments is teaching me that my writing needs a lot of improvement. Flesh Infection wants to get SoFi at 17. I don't know if that's going to happen. Sean Bagels, I've been in my house since Friday. I'm losing my friggin' mind. Pitcomb, anyone want to buy a $35 Matterport call? I'm going to write today. Drew, how do you calculate book value premiums when writing call options? Book value premiums. Well, it's simple. If you are going to write a $30 Matterport call option and the stock is trading at $29, you have no book value in that contract because the contract is priced higher than what the stock's trading at. However, if you're writing a Matterport $30 contract and the stock's at $32, you've got a $2 book value built into your contract. When you offer that contract for sale, you're going to sell it for well over $2 because it's worth $2 plus whatever time value is on top of it. One way to figure out time value for a contract is take a look at a Matterport contract that's in the money. Let's say you take a look at a Matterport 25 right now. You look at the 25 that expires next, and the next one after that, and the next one after that. You take a look at the value of those $25 contracts. The further out in time you go, you'll see how much more expensive they are. And that shows you the value of time. That's how that works. You can do that with any stock. Apple, Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, SOFI, GameStop, whatever you want. Yeah, $249 on GameStop, $1.50 higher. I don't want to tell anybody how long I've been in my house. Would buying ATIP leaps at this price be decent, or wait for a possibility of a lower dip? How much lower do you think ATIP is going? $1 a share. Get in there now. Stop screwing around. Ontario Mall is down the street from me, but I will be out of town that day. That's your fault. It's not my fault. I'm doing all I can, man. Connor, laugh out loud, Pickup just wrote off 20 $30 calls for December 17. Gregory, Spire teams up with NASA. NASA goes supersonic. Spire goes catatonic. A Hungry Grizzly, Spire finally found some support. A man can hope. Spire is unchanged at 484. ATIP up 11.5 cents to 353. ME up 30 cents. Matterport up $1.49. GameStop up $1.45. What's with all this green? Sixtera's up a penny. What's going on? This is impossible. All the shares were red yesterday. I thought they always went down. Wow, that's cool bean stuff. We'll take it. We'll take it. We're still down 49 on Rocket Lab. We're down 25 cents on SOFI, now 31. We're up 61 on GameStop, 131 on Matterport, up 28 on ME. Spire down tenth of a penny. ATIP up 12 cents to 354. ATIP volume now 151,000. No volume, no stock available. It's up 15 cents now to 357 on 151,000 shares. There's nothing for sale. It's going higher quickly to offset the losses we've had the last couple of days. ATIP is moving higher. Should I roll my GameStop? You could look into it. Yes, you could look into writing 250s or 255s for say 2 weeks out, maybe 260s for 3 weeks out, depending on the kind of premium you can get versus what it costs you to buy your call back. You can take a look at that one, Bernie. Spire moving away from the red, they say. 1 penny lower at the moment. ATIP up 14.5 to 356.5. ATIP just jumped. It's up 18 cents now to 360. ATIP trading at 360, up 18. That is the high of the day, I believe. Right now, 360.61 is the high of the day on ATIP. Thank you. Keep going. Yeah, so Drew, basically take a December call for whatever stock, then look at a January call for whatever, calculate the difference and divide it by the difference in time. Okay, there you go. Let's see. That'll give you the time value per day. Well, of course, if a contract has 30 days longer to live and it's $1 more expensive, same strike price, and the 30 days is actually 20 trading days, that's a nickel a day. That's how you calculate. That's how you know. My portfolio looks like Christmas, red, green, all over the place. Bernie, check it out. PIFI stream about rolling your GameStop options. How do you buy your call back? Buy to close is the order, and then sell to open is the next one. That's how you sell the next one. Buy to close, sell to open. ATIP 360 right now, 358, 360, high of 361 on ATIP. Go, I say. Yes, please, go, people, go with that thing. Matterport up $1.27 to 27.32. GameStop down 4 cents. SoFi down 36. Rocket Lab down 51. ME up 29. We're down a dime again on Spire. We're jumping around like crazy here. ATIP up 18 to 360 a share. Will it go higher? There's nothing for sale, so yeah. 174,000 volume. I mean, where's the resistance? We'll see a couple of million buying coming in here. Buy to close. That's right. Buy to close, sell to open. That's the name of the game. You roll over contracts. 247 on GameStop. So if you want to take 250s or 255s or a 260 call, good for 2 or 3 weeks, get a big fat premium on it, might be the way to go. Thumbs up for Uncle Bruce, people. 639 watching, only 268 thumbs ups at the moment. Dr. Walter Bishop, thank you for reminding everybody. If those of you out there can hit the thumbs up, that would be great. 325 just now are now registering on the thumbs up meter. Dr. Walter, if you're showing 268, you may want to refresh your screen. You might be a little behind right now. 339 on the thumbs up meter and climbing. Thank you, everybody. We're going to be at 500 in no time the way this is going. 361 on ATIP. 361 up 19 cents now. Every penny helps, doesn't it? It makes it look even better. It does. I like it. I like it a lot. Connor, thank you. Coyote, hopefully you'll get out some Thanksgiving. Farragon, I was thumbs up number something. Thumbs. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs ups. Thank you thank you, Connor Payne. Thank you, Connor Payne, for a PayPal donation that just came through. Thank you very much. Cheers to you and your family for Thanksgiving. You are in the gold medal position today. It's the largest donation of the day today, and I thank you very much. That helps. Our daughter's coming to town, and I got to spend money. My wife is going to make me. Coyote, I thought about setting a card table up outside the living room window with a space heater to enjoy some food I can't taste. I don't know what that means. Drew, thanks. Love this channel. I'm learning every day. Just started writing covered calls and also have a lot of room for improvement. Right on, Drew. Nephew, Uncle Bruce, can you talk about the SoftBank selling a SoFi? It's a nothing burger. That 50 million share secondary financing or prospectus that was filed a week ago where Barclays Bank was going to act as the broker to distribute the 50 million shares, that's part of it. That's 22 million of those came from the 50 million. It's not new stock from the Treasury. It's just SoFi offloading 15% of what they've got. They bought 110 million shares, I think it is, 115 million shares at $10 a share of the company. So they put in like $1 billion. They're taking 400 something million off the table. That's all they're doing. And that was gobbled up by other institutions. Gone. Chamath, that guy, he sold off 15% of what he had. That got snapped up. It's all gone. It's been distributed. The stock will not go lower because of these guys. These guys have done their moves. SoftBank sold to 21.50 last week. It's done. It's over. We're at 18.44 on the market. Bargoon for you. It's on sale, $3 lower than what institutions paid last week to get that block of stock. But remember, the institutions got their hands on 50 million shares in a block series of trades. You want to buy 50 million right now off this market, you'll run this to $28 a share. So to get that block, it was a beautiful thing. It actually worked out. But the perception in the market is, oh no, the insiders are getting out. It's over. It's not over. It's just reorganization that's going on. SoftBank still has 85% of their stock. They just only have $500 million on the line now instead of $1 billion. That's all. It's just business. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Think of The Godfather. That's all it is. Hi, Bruce. What do you think of writing some Matterport options, 35 December expiry for $1.20? I think you might be too early. You might be too early to write at that price. You might want to wait a little more and see if the stock pops up another $1 to 28.5. you might get about $2, and then it might be more worth your while. Right now, I know you can't write anything sooner than December. I believe those are the next expiring contracts, and 30 might be too close for you for your comfort level. I get it, but let the stock power up. It's up right now to 27.39. It got to 27.80. It could easily hit a new high than that today. 887,000 shares have moved at $1.40. So it wouldn't take much for this to pop even more. So just Alex, you're going to be writing. Oh, you will be a writing contracts. Just let the market come up a little more because it seems to want to do it. In 32 minutes, it's moved this much already on light volume. Looks good. ATIP 354 up 12.5 cents. Spire down 11.5. ME up 27. GameStop down $2, 214 on the downside, 245. SOFI down 42 and Rocket Lab down 70. Nelson, I'm number 55 on the thumbs up. I've got 396 going right now. This is awesome. We're going to hit 400 thumbs ups in just a minute. Thank you guys for nailing that thumbs up button, getting me through 400. Tell me what number are you? If you hit the thumbs up button, tell me what number you are. But then again, if you're a member, you can tell me. If you're not a member, you can't tell me, and I understand. It's okay. But I'd sure love it if you could become a member of this channel, everybody. Thank you. Hey, I just grabbed 160 more SOFI. This thing's going to pop when the charter's done. Boom. Booyah. Exactly. Thanks, Uncle B. Excited this morning writing these contracts, and it's all because of you and this channel. Enjoy the holiday, brother. Thank you, Connor. You have a good one there, buddy. This is good stuff. Oh, man, I forgot about your case of COVID. I'm sorry, man. That is rough, says Coyote to Austin. George, if a call you wrote expires in the money and it is not exercised, is that the same as the stock finishing out of the money, aka you collected the premium? Who loses money if the call is not exercised? A broker? Yeah, if a stock is in the money, if a contract is in the money on expiry, it is extremely likely your brokerage firm will exercise the contract. That's likely. That's what's going to happen. So sell your calls for cash. Sell them. Don't let them expire in the money. Anyway, yeah, Austin has COVID, Bruce. You get better, buddy. Michael, why? Can't taste. Is my mom cooking it? Coyote is really not that bad, says Austin. It's not that bad. Michael just laughed out loud. Not a good cook, huh? Irish, so no. Everyone's laughing about that. Bargoon SOFI, 18.30 down 45 cents. I love scooping up SOFI shares for 18.32. Austin, have you tried not feeling sick? Just kidding. I feel better soon, please. You sound like my wife, laugh out loud. She wants me out of the house. Laughing here. So Alex, I wrote Matterport, $40 calls for $1.26 before the drop. So yeah, I'd wait a little to get more premium. John thought COVID was a little hyped up until my daughter went to the emergency room yesterday and there was an 8-hour wait. She said everyone was sick. Wow. 400 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. It was like I was like number 32. 409 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. This is so cool. And I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope she feels better real soon. Dude, SOFI is going to 17. Thank you. She's okay. Auntie, sorry to hear about your daughter, John. I hope she feels better soon. Hope she gets better. Everyone's saying, thanks for the response, Uncle Bruce. You are the best. Thanks, George, buddy. Way to go, man. Rocket Lab down 69. SOFI down 38 to 18.37. GameStop 245.54 down $2. Matterport 27.29 up 124. ME up 26. Spire down 13 cents. And ATIP 358 up 16 cents. Fenville, Austin, if it hits 17, I would buy 50,000 shares. I promise. Connor, Auntie, if I didn't throw all my cash flow at SOFI yesterday, I would be doing it today. Tempted to use my margin. There you go. There it is. SOFI 18.35 down 40 centinos. Volume on SOFI today is now 4.1 million shares. The low today, 18.26. That was the opening. And we got up to 18.66. We're now at 18.35. We're only down 40 cents. 18.32. Okay, we're down 43. It's not a $5 drop. We are going to get through this drop, and then we're on our way. That's the charter's coming. Yeah. Sometimes you just smell an opportunity. I think it's coming. GameStop down $2. Matterport up 110. ME up 27. Spire down 11.5. And over on ATIP, 358.5 up 16.5 cents. Anyway, there you go. What do we got going here? Let's see. Lots going on here. Fenville, 5,000 shares, not that big of a whale. Laughing out loud. Austin, I was just thinking of you. A big fish. Laughing out loud. Yeah, there it is. 354 in ATIP again, up 12 as we jump about a little bit here. The Dow up 57, S&P down 3.1, NASDAQ down 47 points. Let's see. Oil up $1.40, despite the reserve being released into the market. It's not a big enough thing to make it a difference at the moment, I guess. I don't know. There you go. Thank you all for being here this morning, hanging out with myself. Jen is going to be up pretty soon, and we're looking for another day. Big weekend for us. Our daughter is flying in on Friday from Canada for a long weekend stay with us. We're quite excited about that. She hasn't been here in quite a while, and we're looking forward to showing her old stomping grounds of when she was in junior high and high school. She has been here since that time, but she hasn't been down here for a little while, so we're kind of looking forward to hanging out with her. We haven't been with her together here for a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time we were here as a family. Oh my gosh, that has to be 2010 maybe. Oh, wow, that's a long time ago. Anyway, 436 thumbs ups. Thank you everybody for this support. Appreciate it very much. 242.50 on GameStop, down $5.50 at the moment. Did any of you pull off the switcheroo? If not, just let the stock come down. Slovakia is proposing a lockdown amid record coronavirus infection surge. Slovakia, just so you know, neighbor of Austria and Germany and Poland. That whole region there is in trouble. They have got problems over there, and it is bad news. Just what can I say? Socius, stop breaking my heart like this, Rocket Lab. Austin, Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on people selling Spire at 470? Just keeps going down. I think they're making a huge mistake, but what are you going to do? Hopefully my January, February SoFi $20 calls don't drill too hard. I feel you, Socius, says Hungry Grizzly. Don't feel like selling them just yet for a loss. John, I thought I got a good deal on Spire at 530. Jake, Bruce, did you get a COVID vaccine booster shot yet? No, we don't qualify yet. Time to load up on GameStop. A call again, says Finneville. GameStop right now down $7.91 at $239.64. We're definitely taking a dip right now on GameStop. We're down 54 on SoFi to 18.21. We got Rocket Lab down 73 cents to 15.18. We have Matterport still holding a gain, but only up 53. ME up 26. Spire down 15 cents. ATIP still up 8 cents, but we've got a sell-off going on here. Smart Rent down 47. Xterra down 4. The Dow is off now from its highs. It's still up 6.5, now showing 14, but it's off its highs. S&P has gone negative, down 6.7. NASDAQ down 80. So a bit of a sell wave has come into the market at the moment. Auntie says, Connor Payne, I hear you. I'm so thankful. I got some powder today. I'm about out though. Nephew Nick, John, don't worry. It'll feel like a good deal when the stock hits 15 plus. There you go. Go, baby, go. We've got let's see, ATIP up 8, Spire down 15, ME up 26, Matterport up 49, GameStop down 568, SoFi down 55 to 18.22, now 18.22 down 52, Rocket Lab 15.19 down 72 cents. That is where we're at this morning. Watching this market, the Dow now up 41. It snapped back the other direction quickly, but we're down 2 on S&P. We're down 64 on NASDAQ. We're up 120 on oil, 77.98. Yes. Watching all kinds of headlines all over the place. What is going to happen here? Let's see. I was down yesterday. I got my Moderna booster, says Lorraine. When is the market closed this week? Thursday. Jake, Bruce, you're in California. All adults can get a booster. You don't have to show any insurance, apparently. Yeah, I'm thinking about when did we get our shots? I think it was April. No, it was February and June. We had to wait 4 months to get the second one. So June, that's July, August, September, October, November. Now it's 5 months. I think it's 6 months you get your booster. I think it's how it works. I'm not sure. Why is Fauci saying vaccine doesn't work? I don't think he is saying that. Larry, Uncle Bruce it's a real bummer for me that I live in Apple Valley, but will miss your meet and greet in Ontario. But I'm damn excited to be on the beach in Puerto Vallarta doing that time. Oh, there you go, Larry. I mean, if you're going to have to suffer there. Oh, right, your second shot, got it. Yes, yeah, we had to get the first, the second, then wait 6 months for so we'll get our booster in December here. Yeah, we'll get it here in December. Yeah, sure. If it's available, we'll get it. Yeah, perfect. That'd be fine. Larry Lewis, that's the life, brother. Can't complain on that. If you're going to miss the meet and greet because you're in Puerto Vallarta, to rough it in Puerto Vallarta. Yes, we're back up to 9-cent gain on ATIP to 351. We got Matterport up 46. We've got the GameStop down 660 to 240.95. I'm getting my booster today, says Michael. Bruce, skip my comments. I have to wait where I am, says Jake. Lorraine, market closed Thursday, open Friday until 1. Yes, half a day Friday. Bruce, is there any way to buy your courses at a discount, like all 10 for a reduced price? I mailed you this question on the other website. You may not have checked it. No, they're not on sale. We're going to add more classes to the classes. We're going to run that total up to 15 soon, and they'll all be the same price. We'll eventually get to 20. So that'll take another 3 to 6 months, and we'll eventually have 20 classes. And we might actually increase the price of the classes to 150, and then start marketing them outside the world of my little world, because I'm going to have to give up a percentage to the outside marketing agencies out there, so that I still end up with 100. So there is no discount coming on these classes. I understand that some of you would like to get the discount, but that's not fair to all of those who've already bought classes at 100 apiece. I'm not going to discount them. So like I said, they might go up to 150 in the new year, sometime in the new year. But at the moment, we want to add more to them, and we want to bring you more value, and we want to show you that if you're paying $100 for a class, or $300 for 3, or $400 for 4, you can pick up whichever ones you want, whenever you want. Watch them whenever you want, a second time, a third time, and learn the secret of option writing. Now, if you are in a position where you write one call contract on a GameStop, 100 shares of GameStop, and you end up scoring a $4 gain on a call, you write it at 9 and buy it at 5, that pays for 4 classes right there. If you can do that every couple of weeks, bring in $800 a month on GameStop, because you're making $4 per contract. You're writing them towards the end of their life and just letting the time depreciation come your way. These classes are a nothing burger for you, and I'm pleased that you're making that kind of money. Other sites will insist that you buy all 10. You can't not buy all 10 at once. Where I make it a la carte. Buy one at a time all you want and enjoy. And so there you go. CVS lets me choose what kind of booster to get online. I almost got SOFI for 17, says Flash. Booster is available to all 18 and over. Daughter just dropped the biggest poop of her life. Got to put her in the shower. Take care. Oh, no. What's the point of opening half a day? Good luck, to Austin. Bruce, can you give us good warning before you raise the price? Oh, man. I'm laughing. You know what? SOFI is down about 25% in a week. Get on this elevator. It's going back up. Okay, thanks, Uncle Bruce. I'll probably scoop up a few classes during the holiday weekend. Don't forget to save some gains for the tax man. SOFI, why? We're at 18.13. Garrett, get them now before inflation affects the price. Uncle Bruce classes do. Plus, you keep them forever. Scott, Bruce, thank you for maintaining the price of your classes. Why aren't you doing the same for our stocks? Laugh out loud. Buy the dip. Michael is laughing out loud on Austin's poor situation there. Yeah, like I said, kids, you got to make an investment in yourself. You've got to take the bull by the horns. I mean, no one is going to do this for you. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to want it bad enough to make the change happen for you. And the price of education keeps going up. I don't know if you've noticed, but 20 years ago, tuition was X amount, then it went higher, and then it went higher. Look at it now. I mean, people are borrowing money like you can't believe to take college courses, and you're not going to learn what we're doing here in a college course. My God, can you imagine if you went to Harvard and learned this in Harvard? It's not going to happen. Princeton, not going to happen. I'm hoping that I am giving you the kind of information that you can really make money with. And the first thing I'm hoping will happen for many of you is that you will not make mistakes. If I can stop you from making horrific mistakes, that's the number one way of making money in this market, because we all find a winner from time to time. We all find a flyer that we get into. The problem is so many of you out there and people out there like you will find a winner, and you'll make money in the market, but you'll only be making half the money back you lost over the last 5 years. I mean, this is the worst of it. Like a gambler in Vegas, you hit a jackpot for $500 and you go, yay! I'm still down 15 grand in this place over the last 15 years I've been here. You really need to stop the mistakes and then learn the nuances of the market. And that's what I'm praying will happen here. For $100 a lesson, for a 2-hour lesson, I'm cheap. I know I'm cheap. And I'm purposely cheap to encourage you to get these, like, learn, watch, listen, and learn, and start making money in this market. It's available for you. It's on a silver platter. Come and get it, guys. It's available. So how many other people out there sell lessons, and you see what these prices are? $1,500, $2,800, $4,000, $8,000. People who've never been in the business. It's incredible. I'm just amazed. I charge $400 an hour for you to talk to me for an hour. I'm dirt cheap. I am really low priced for only $400 to spend an hour with me. I am cheap. Don't think this is expensive. There are people out there charging 10 grand for a telephone call for an hour, and they can hang up on you at a moment's notice if they don't like your attitude. They get paid up front, as do I, obviously. But $400 an hour, I'm cheap for a 1-hour session. In 1 hour, you will have so much info in your brain that you can't wait for the market to open Monday morning. You're going to start making thousands of dollars, because, again, I'm going to stop you, if I can, from making stupid mistakes. I'm praying I can do that for you, and then make you a smarter investor, and now a smarter trader and an observer of this market. 239 on GameStop, 239.50, down $8. Did anyone pull off any rollovers this morning on GameStop? Let me know. Uncle Bruce, your YouTube ad coming into the show was for manscaping products. Bruce, you little devil, you're so hip. Oh, man. Bill Coyne, Wall Street Journal says the U.S. and several other countries will tap their national strategic petroleum reserves. Senior Biden administration officials said Tuesday in an attempt to bring down gasoline prices. Absolutely stupid. Stupid. John, nephew Nick, by the time this Spire hits 15, it'll pay for my old folks home. All right, I guess we're just going to be blood red this week. Larry and Connor have been staying around the house and work for a year and a half. Got all shots booster. Party time. Monk, hey, Uncle Bruce, bought 20 Spire. December 17, $6 calls for $9.85. Do I roll, sell, or let expire? Bought 20 Spire, December 17, 21s. For $6 calls for $9.85. So the December those now are, what are they now worth? What are they going for now? They're worth $12 plus premium, right? $12 premium. You may want to roll them over into future months and bring up your price, bring up your strike price, and get more of them if you want to increase your wait, sorry. I'm thinking Spire. I'm thinking SOFI. It's Spire. Sorry, you're sitting on Spire. $6 calls. Yeah, you're out of the money. You're down on them. Sorry, I'm thinking SOFI here. Spire, $4.63 on the stock. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You got till December. You got to do something. I don't know what you can do. I don't know if there's any value there. Sean, I'm 4 months into a vaccine injury. Don't let the protein get into your vascular system, which it will, says Sean. Michael, I've already had 2 shots. I'm not worried. Bought the calls for 85 cents, says Monk. Got him. I see what you're saying. Sorry, SoFi is my fault. I bought shares yesterday. Vash, what about 10% off for members longer than a year? No deals. Adventures of Duncan, Spire down 3.7%. Let's see. Everyone knows vaccine. Never heard of that. We're going to be vaccinated since February, March. Come on, Bruce. Don't knock us, Harvard folks. We're not all that bad. You're not bad. You're great people. You just pay too much for your education. That's all. I think you're overcharged. The past is full of future mistakes we don't have to make. $17.99 limit on SOFI. You say, where are we at right now in SOFI? $18.16. Put a stink bin in at $17.96, $17.91, $17.86, $17.81. Put in stink bids. You might get lucky, you might not. Rocket Lab $15.05. Put in stink bids at $15.01, $14.96, $14.91. GameStop $2.29, down $17 a share on GameStop. $229.93. GameStop taking a dip lower. This is the low of the day on 1 million volume now. GameStop, those of you who've written contracts yesterday, we're rolling over. Take a good look at your contracts. Did you put in stink buy bids? Keep an eye. Let's see how it rolls. Interesting. Told you I was getting SOFI at 17 today. Here it comes. Bruce, being the best Canadian capitalist I know, you should get in on the Black Friday deals and reduce prices for Friday. Walmart doesn't care if someone yesterday got a better deal. I'm not interested in that. My classes are a value. They're a bargain. They're cheap at $100 a piece. They're cheap. They should be $300 each. You should be paying $3,000 for this, but you're getting it at $1,000 if you buy all 10. But take one at a time and take your time and learn what you're doing and make some money. You can make some money. Boom! I'm not buying myself all the lessons for Christmas. I'm buying myself all the lessons for Christmas. There you go on SOFI. Bruce, the extreme cost of higher education will force a change. VR interconnected to a supercomputer. Your teacher will appear lifelike. You can actually visit ancient cities. Is a lesson 2 hours? I thought each was like an hour. That's easy to buy then. Coyote doesn't know how many people, only knows people took a vaccine in February and whatever. Uncle Bruce speaks the truth. I have an MBA and Aiden teaches this stuff. Let's see. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Was rewatching your classes yesterday, and we were on live, and we got the recording for free. Many people, you pay for the class, and you pay for the recording too. You are the best. Wealth building for the people. What the hell are you talking about, Associates? To Sean, what are you talking about? I just got a January SOFI call, 1750 strike for 235. Let's see. After the class, you'll want to get a one-on-one with Uncle Bruce. I need to get to the point where $400 is a nothing burger. Uncle Bruce enjoyed the TWB last night. It was fun. Auntie PC, the last 15 minutes, we played trivia. We had fun. Thanks to you and Auntie Jen for making our lives so much fun. Thank you guys for being there. Bill, GameStop dropping like a rock. We're now GameStop down $13.50 a share to $234. We were down 17 or even 18. Wow, GameStop decided to try out for the Olympic diving team. I'm just loading up on SOFI calls. Let's see. Yo. Anyway, there you have it. We're at 234 even on GameStop right now. Hi, Jen.
And you're wearing your green shirt.
I'm wearing my green shirt, trying to make the market go up. It did go up to start. Matterport is still up 54. Emmy is up 3. ATIP is up 8, but they're not all. The rest are red.
There are people out there that are quite happy with a little dip.
That's true. There are people happy with a dip, trying to get deals.
Playing the ball with them.
Yeah, the Dow was up nicely on the opening. We're down 2 now. We're down 5 on S&P. We're down 79 on NASDAQ. So we're continuing that drop from last night. We had a big start yesterday with a fall off at the end. We had an up start first thing this morning, but now we're falling off in the first hour and a half.
Biden said he's going to open some of the reserves.
Yeah, stupid. That's for military. That's for the defense of the country, not to buy votes to get gas to $2.50 a gallon. Ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's really pathetic. Weren't they at a climate conference 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Wasn't the whole point of the climate conference to use less of everything and save the planet? Okay, doesn't this mean more people will buy more gas?
Bad fossil fuels.
Weird. Really weird. 233 on GameStop, down 1380. How you doing?
Good. What's it going to be today? What's it going to be?
Fried egg, ham, and cheese.
Oh.
The entire.
Well, you have thought about
the
this.
Entire enchilada.
The big. He's hungry.
With some ketchup.
He's a hungry boy.
Dip in some ketchup.
Ketchup. Too. All right.
We need it all.
We need it all.
Jen, we need it all. I'm telling you, I need it all. What can I say? No expert, but I've read that very few people actually pay full tuition here in the Ivy League due to massive endowments. Again, no personal knowledge. Bill, keep going. GameStop, make me rich. Yeah, follow the black market model, increase the price double, and give away 50% discount for the day. Having values is a value. Bruce is a mensch. No one can time the market. Just buy these cheap paper and smile. Don't get bothered by a few pennies. My thoughts exactly, says Michael. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, I got my first shot in April, then my next in May, then 6 months after I got my booster. Auntie PC, awesome, Sean and Wendy. Robert, I buy one class every month. There you go. Flesh infection. Brandon warned us to sell GameStop this morning. Uncle Bruce, Auntie Jen. Good morning, Uncle Jenny. Thank you, Nelson. Good morning, Auntie Jen from Larry. John is saying hello, Jen. Max, wow, why didn't I buy yesterday's low? Adventure with Duncan. Good morning, Jen. That climate conference is a PR show. Pickcomb just sold a Matterport 35 covered call for 240. Ketchup. Climate meeting, kicking the can down the road. Pathetic. This is the correct word, Uncle Bruce. This whole thing is the U.S. pathetic at the moment. Stop trying to beat them up on prices of classes. I'm 3 classes in. I've earned enough to cover more classes. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Mark, there's a book on Amazon called Covered Calls for Beginners. I have bought this book. I'm not saying not to buy Bruce's classes. I have also purchased them. Very good, and I would recommend them. There you go. Thank you, Mark. We're down 93 cents on Rocket Lab to $14.98. So it's under 15 now. 1802 on SOFI, down 73 cents. Low of the day, 17.98. GameStop, 1234.67, down 12.88. Low of the day, 229 on 1.14 million. We're not getting enough volume here to save this stock. Matterport, 26.40, up 35 cents. ME, 8.97, down 2. Spire, 4.68, down 16. ATIP, up only 3 cents to 3.45. SmartRent, down 67 to 9.15. Sextera, down 13 to 9.46. AMC, down 19. Robinhood, down 35. Vanik, down $3. Home Depot, 3.25 lower. IBM, up 36 cents. The Dow, down 28. Microsoft, up down 5.30. Apple, down $1.50. Tesla, down 10.50. Bed Bath & Beyond, down 58. BlackBerry, down 8. Rocket Lab, up. Royal Caribbean, up 23 cents. Goldman, up 3.79. And Amazon, down 9. Facebook, down 4. Google, down 38. And Cisco up 43 cents to 55.03. Cisco had its drop last week. It's coming back. There is your quick recap. $14.95 on Rocket Lab, down 96. SoFi, $17.97. GameStop, $233.33, down 14.22. Matterport, 26.23, down, now up 18, only up 18. ME, 8.96, and Spire, 4.68. Down 15, and 342 unchanged on ATIP. Okay. Whew, there we go. Time for a work meeting. I'll be back. Bill, the day politicians act on climate change is the day their children can't breathe. I was able to roll my GameStop 200 January to a 230 for April, $5 a share net credit. Shrug. Michael, there's too much money to be made by not acting. So was buying Spire and ATIP a mistake? I've been doing options for 30 years and been Bruce is the first to recommend selling options. He is very generous with his knowledge. Auntie, there's always free classes on YouTube for those who can't afford it. I do both. I just got $17.99 for SoFi. Wow, today is so bloody. My SO will think I have murdered someone when she gets home from work. Mr. Seneca, nice. Auntie PC, nice. There you go. Rocket Lab down $1.01 to $14.90. SoFi at $17.99. GameStop $234.98 down $12.50. Matterport up 33. ME at $8.93. Spire $4.68 down 16, and ATIP down 1 penny. Right now, we have some red going across here. That's what's happening. $14.91 down $1 on Rocket Lab. The Dow down 20, S&P down 12, NASDAQ down 132, oil up $1.17, going the wrong direction. Kind of weird, but that's what it is. Kind of weird. Yeah, there it is. That is the deal right here, right there. Grab 5 SoFi at $17.96, buying more, of course. Anything under 17. There's actually a ton of money to be made transitioning from fossil fuels, and the amount of money that will be lost by not doing anything, the dwarf said. Took profits on SOFI puts at 17.96, easy money. Dr. Walter, the classes are very reasonably priced, in my opinion. Pick nose, April is a tad far out for me, but if it dips more, I'll roll down to the shorter, more in-the-money covered calls for more premium. There you go. Way to go on that. Well done. 1492 on Rocket Lab, 1803 on SoFi, 235 on GameStop, down 1240. Matterport up 40 cents to 26.45. ME down a nickel. Spire down 15. ATIP unchanged at the moment. Market's trying to hold its own right now and see what is going on. Uncle Bruce, should I take certain classes before I book a one-on-one, says Lorraine. Lorraine, I would watch 4 or 5 of the classes. I would just start with number 1 and just go right up there, see how comfortable you are, and just take your time. And you can always get together with me whenever, but you'll be better off having watched a bunch of the classes before we get together, just so that you have a handle on the whole thingy. And of course, watching what we're doing here is another thingy. But whenever you're ready, for a one-on-one, we'll do one. And I will give you in 1 hour 3 or 4 classes of info, maybe more. So we can do that too as we work through it together. But yeah, if you can come in with some classes under your belt, that would be even better. SoFi has fallen to 17.18, and I haven't lost a dime. All you had to do was to buy puts, take the profits, and this covers your loss and unrealized gains on SoFi drop. It's easy. Benville, whoa, down 30 grand in my day trading portfolio. Red as can be. Come on, GameStop and Tesla, do your things. John, I should have waited until the 16th. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, I'm not worried about the changes or the charges. I just want to be ready before talking to you. I totally get it, Lorraine. You're absolutely right. And that's why the classes might be the way to go. Start with the classes because you'll pick up this lingo quickly. We go through it for a couple hours per class, and you'll pick up this. It'll sound so familiar to you from what we're doing here. You'll compare the two, and you go, I know what they're talking about now. I know what you're talking about. And then when we get together, we'll take it further. Yeah, I'm excited. Rocket Lab down $1.04 to 14.87. SoFi 18.01. GameStop 234. 78 down 12.77. Matterport 26.40 down 36. ME down 4 cents. Spire down 20 to 4.64, and ATIP unchanged. There you go, Giotti. It feels like there's always super red days when I'm all dry on powder. It's never on payday. I mean, come on, man, come on. What are you gonna do? What can I say? There you go. Down a point on the Dow, just a point. Down 10 on S&P. Down 124 on NASDAQ. That's where we're at right now, okay? That's what we're at, man. That's where we're at. Thank you for 460 thumbs ups for this telecast today. Thank you very much. We're going to hit 500 thumbs ups in no time the way this is coming on. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate these thumbs ups. Very, very appreciate it. And it helps the channel get found through YouTube analytics. Thank you, guys. 460 thumbs ups on that. 463 now. 3 just came in there just as I'm talking about. How about that? Larry, thank you, buddy, for the thumbs ups on your end. I appreciate it very much. $18 on SoFi. 14.81 on Rocket Lab, down 110. And we're down a penny on ATIP, down 22 on Spire. ME down a dime. Matterport up 38. A GameStop at 237, down 10.48 right now. That's where we're at right there. Okay. Why don't they take my schedule into consideration? The nerve of these people, says Coyote. Michael, at least I got out of my Apple calls for cheap. There you go. John, okay, I'll get some there too. Cheddar, not buying anything right now, but puts and like $5 SoFi calls laugh out. This market is rough. Midnight Adventure, like the video. You ingrates, like the video. Midnight Adventure. Uncle Bruce, don't sweat it. It's no big deal. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. It's all good. It's all going to be good. I can't wait to meet you. It'll be great. Whenever you're ready, anytime you want. Not this weekend though. I'm not doing any meet and greets, and no private sessions this weekend. The next one will be the weekend after this. will be the next week, and I do one-on-ones. Okay, ATIP down a penny, and SOFI 1801. The GameStop down 10.23 to 237 right at the moment. John Jepson, I'm number 471. Fabulous, man. Thank you. We got 477 thumbs ups. We're only 23 away from 500 thumbs ups this morning. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. We do appreciate that. And let's see here. Yeah, we heard about the ATIP expanding their presence in Michigan, but this announcement is 5 days old. We do know of this, and it's just another location, which is great. We're happy to see ATIP expand their presence out there. Not a surprise that they're doing it, is the way they're going about it, one at a time, which is fine. I would believe it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're talking to 20 different therapy centers at the same time about buying them up. They're probably in the middle of 20 acquisitions at all times, and that just one at a time, they nail one down, and then they announce another one, and then they do another one, and they do another one, and so on. 490 thumbs ups, 491 now, 9 away from 500 thumbs ups. Only 9 to go. Thank you guys so much for helping out today, getting us to 500 thumbs ups. Fabulous. And let's see. We've got a bulletin here. Capital requirements boosted. Capital requirement boosts required for JP Morgan, Goldman, and BNP. The Financial Stability Board on Tuesday said JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and PNP Paribas have been required to boost their capital buffers as part of an annual review by the banking regulator. The overall list of 30 banks on the list, global systemically important banks, remains unchanged. And we'll see what this does to the stocks. I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know how much they have to do the boost by, but they are saying there's a boost required. Now, Goldman Sachs stock is $399.99, up $3.83 a share, backing up a little bit from that high of $4.03 today. That's the last I got. That's all I got on Goldman. I have no other story on it at this point in time. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Let's go. John, I'm completely out of powder, Auntie. Cheddar, Rocket Lab, see you later. Moonamoo, good morning. Diamond, Auntie, FYI, the market will be mostly red this week. Call it Black Friday for the week. Stock sales and discounts. Mr. Seneca, by the way, Rocket Lab 1483, SoFi 1797, GameStop 236, down 1135 now. Matterport is still up 20 cents, but it's only up 20. We were up 140 earlier. ME down 10, Spire down 26, ATIP down 2.5 cents. We are negative, going negative at the moment. We're down 68 on the Dow, going down. It's the low of the day right now, down 76 points. We're down 16 on S&P. We're down 140 on NASDAQ. Let's go. It depends on a lot where you're from, ethnically, and claims you can make about origins or whatever status. There are plenty, though, that play full price at Ivy League institutions. Okay. What the hey, Sofi? Do you need your windows cleaned? I need more powder. Larry, you've hit 500 thumbs up, Bruce. You've done it. We got 505. Thanks, Larry, for that update. This is great, guys. Thank you so much. Uncle Bruce, on Friday, we have a half a day for training. What are the hours still underwater? We're closing at 1 in the afternoon instead of 4 in the afternoon on Friday. Regular opening time. Any physics majors out there that can explain how a 2-year-old can poop up and back out of a diaper has made me rethink the law of gravity. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, my gosh. I'm almost thinking Spire was a huge mistake by now. Picked up another 200 SoFi. Dry powder is now out. We're clapping for Larry. It doesn't have anywhere to go but up. Austin, space between the top of a diaper and back. Laugh out loud physics. It's kind of like stock. Eventually it has to squeeze up. A physics major here. The poop go. Where the poop go? Adventures with Duncan, Larry. Laugh at Chit happens. Oh no. Exact Earth press release 1 hour ago. I've issued a dozen orders on SoFi buys, 1-2 shares at the time, chasing the lowest purchase at $17.93. I picked up 1,400 at $17.98, says nephew. Nick, why does everyone complain about not having dry powder? I complain about all my powder being wet and sticky. Thank God, Abram, maybe Spire will rise on the occasion. I'm ready for SoFi to go up now. It's at 18. Yeah, I like owning the paper and hanging out. Daniel, you're not alone. Pressure versus orifice. That's the reason why poop does what it does. And sometimes stocks do what they do. 18 on SoFi, 1481 on Rocket Lab, 237 on GameStop, down 10. Matterport, 26.24 down, up 19 cents. ME down a dime. Spire at 458 down 26, and ATIP 338 down 2.5 cents. 339.5 down 2.5 cents. Smart Rent down 75 cents to 907. Sextera 942 down 18 cents at the moment. That is where we're at. IBM is up 38 cents. Apple down $1.12. The Royal Caribbean still up 3 cents. Still up 3, but slipping fast. That's what's going on out there, kids. That's the market right here. What can I tell you? It is what it is. Banks are up today, but not SoFi. If you are sad about SoFi, well, you should have bought puts, but you have to be excited about how hard SoFi fights at dollar intervals. It's amazing. There's a lot of money in this stock right now. There you go. It is being watched. Can we stop talking about poop, please? I'm trying to eat my dinner. Thank you, says Gregory. She's working on becoming an only child. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, boy. We're having fun here. Yeah, the joys of parenthood. Yes. Oh gosh. Ours was 2 years old in 1990, 91. That was a generation ago. I'm glad those days are gone. Oh man. It feels like someone tried to kick us out the door and hold us out at $18 on SoFi. Another red day. The China syndrome is in full effect. Who eats dinner at 10:47 a.m.? I mean, hey. From Exactor's press release, it is anticipated that the arrangement will be completed at the end of November 2021. Well, that's the next 5-6 days. East Coast time is the only time, says Cheddar. There you go. Spire, 462 down 21. ATIP, 340 down 2. Oh, Jen, thank you so much. Speaking of dinner, brekkie time is here. Breakfast time for the bagel. The bagel with everything on it. Oh, it is so good. Thank you so much. People are saying hi to you and passing on their kindest regards and all that stuff.
Thank you.
She likes it. She's happy. Same back. We've had a couple of donations today on PayPal that came in.
People feeling good about that dip on GameStop.
Well, they're picking up deals. I don't say how much they donate, but I'll show you. This donation came in today. That was kind of nice. Connor Payne. That's kind of okay. Thank you. From Morrisville, PA. That is Pennsylvania, home of the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, baby.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah. We love that.
The
Steelers
broke my heart.
Broke her heart.
Sunday night.
And they tied the Lions. Ooh.
That wasn't heartbreaking. That was lower.
That was worse than that. That was bad.
That was a kick lower.
That was not good. 522 thumbs ups. We thank you all for that, everybody. We do appreciate it. Yeah. Yummy bagels. There it is. That's a bagel.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, yeah, she's saying goodbye to everyone. There you go. Oh, my. There it is. The bagel is here. Oh, that bagel. We got egg, we got ham, we got cheese, we got ketchup to dip it in. Yo, baby. Man, that bagel looks good. It smells good, too. Ooh, is Jen going to make those bagels for the meet and greet? Yeah, I'm going to put her in the kitchen of the OUTBACK Steakhouse. I'm going to kick the chef out and put her in there to make, yeah. Did you get the sarcasm on that? Yeah. So good. Oh my. Ham and egg, cheese. Can't eat correctly. Oh boy, so good. Nick is here. He's thumbs up number 380, buddy. Thank you, buddy, for being here. Nice to have you here in the house. Rocket Lab down $1.30, 14.63. SoFi 17.99. GameStop 2.35 down $12. We've got Matterport up only 11 cents now. ME down 13. Spire down 21. ATIP down 2. I'm thumbs up number 15. Right on. Yeah, we got pressure here. We're 237 on GameStop, down $10. Watching that closely for those of you doing rollovers and those of you sitting on calls that you wrote and you're watching the stock back off coming to you. Oh my. These bagels are so good. Boy, fantastic. Loving it. Erico, if it wasn't for the mega cap stocks holding this market up, it sure seems we're entering a bear market. Bill, Bruce, at every meet and greet, you have to start by the meeting by eating a bagel. What's going on with SoFi? It might take more time to get here, but that's a good idea, Larry. Why the face Spire? Erico. Bruce, do you think the 50 million barrels of oil that just got released here are going to move the needle even the slightest when the U.S. uses 19 million barrels a day? Yeah, I don't know. Bruce, what are your thoughts on buying 6 months so far? Calls 20. I don't what stock. Scott, my GameStop covered calls are down 50% since yesterday. I'm going to watch them pass happily. I'm going to watch them pass and drop happily. There you go. There you go. GameStop 236 down 11.11 right now. Mm, 236.51 on GameStop. Down 11.05. The low of the day, 229 on GameStop today. Bill, I'm with you. It just sets a bad example. Just terrible. Rocket Lab 1453. The 15 contracts are back in play. The 1250s are back in play. Might be easy money to be made on any kind of a recovery on Rocket Lab. Boy, oh boy. I'll pay extra for airmail delivery. Why don't we just buy them back and write new cover calls and take more money in? Well, they've come back. I would imagine that the reason, Cheddar, is that they've dropped a fair amount, a reasonable amount, but they've got way more to go. And that might be the reason. I don't know. Gas, a gallon, the same price, 75 as it was all over at 100. 10 years ago, releasing reserves is just optics. Uncle Bruce, I wrote 3 SOFI covered calls expiring December 10 at a 25 strike. They're worth 10 cents a share now. I sold them at 40. Should I buy it back and let the contract expire? What do you think? December 10, 25. Put in a stink bid at 6 cents and just sit there. Going to keep buying Spire. Yeah. 463. Just keep buying it. Gonna get SOFI. I'm gonna go broke on this hill. The word of the day: crap. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. You got it, Bitcoin. Yeah, put in a stink bid at 6. You could get them anytime. You never know when you get them. You could get hit today, tomorrow. $235 on GameStop, down 12. Matterport down a penny. It went red. It's all red on my screen now. Had a lot of green to start the day. I'm red now. Oh man, this bagel is delicious. GameStop is dropping again, down $13, down $13.21 now. Okay. SoFi 1785 last trade. Rocket Lab 1445. GameStop 234 down 1355 now. Matterport down 7. ME down 14. Spire 461. ATIP 336. Okay. I'm done. Delicious. Just fantastic. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. Uh, the Dow's off 46, S&P down 21, and the Nasdaq down 202. The stocks taking the biggest hit. High-flying tech stocks looks like they're the ones taking the biggest shot. Just going to take a peek here. I've got Vanik Vectors down $6, computer chips. Home Depot down $4.50, importer. Microsoft down $5.60 a share. Apple down $1.18, not a big drop there. Royal Caribbean's negative, down 14 cents. Goldman up $4.50. This banking ruling did not affect them at all. They're higher. Amazon down only $12. Facebook down $5.91. Not quite, it's 1.5%. Google down $41 to $2,900. So they're in the red. Cisco 55.24 climbing again. Okay. On the stocks that we follow, 1457 on Rocket Lab, down 134. The high today was the opening of 1581. Rocket Lab has backed off $1.34. And 1443 was the low of the day on 1.3 million volume. So Rocket Lab is definitely feeling it today. SOFI 1778, down 97 cents. The low 1775. 10.7 million volume. Not heavy. That's not heavy volume. It's kind of telling me that, yeah, there's selling coming in here, but it's not 35 million or 50 million trading of selling coming in here. It's not coming in at that level. That tells me a turnaround on SOFI would be quick and severe. SOFI does a turnaround, it could gain $1 real fast. This is a slingshot now. GameStop 233.95, down 13.60. Volume on the day now 1.37 million. This is a nothing burger on volume. This is no good. As I've said all along, you can have several up days of up moves on light volume, but eventually it will catch up to you unless you've got the street coming in for a pile of buying interest. The gig is up. Now, the bottom hasn't fallen out on the stock at all. However, the table is set for a further correction on GameStop if we don't get volume. 233.48 down $14 a share, and we could drop another 10 easily today. We could. Will we? I don't know. Matterport is down just 4 cents at 26.01. The low was this morning at the opening, 25.51. So we were 50 cents down. We were down 50 on the opening. We got up to 27.80 in the first half hour. Now we're at $26 even on Matterport. 1.6 million volume. Very quiet. ME down 14 cents to 8.85. This stock was in the high sevens when a hedge fund manager casually mentioned he liked it. And it took a shot. It took a couple of weeks, but it got through 10 to 11 to 12. ME, in the last month hit $14. Or for $13.50 anyway. We're at $8.85 on ME. We are Bargoon City here. I remember a bunch of you were saying to me, I can't believe my $10 options on ME went into the money like they did. I can't believe it. Well, now you're going to look at $7.50 contracts, $8 ME contracts, and go way out into next year. Go into April, May, and June. Go long on ME calls, super cheap, at the money, in the money, just ahead of the money. I would be looking at those right now. This is a bargain on ME. Spire, 461. The stock is the buy. A 250 contract way out would be an idea if it's without too much premium. ATIP, 336 a share. Those 250s going into next year, an idea, but the stock at 336 is the buy. It's just buy the stock. It doesn't expire. Smart Rent 886. I would be looking at 750 calls, $8 calls if they're available, 9s, 10s. I'd be looking at next summer for these because this stock is capable of 12 to 14 at any time with any kind of news. Smart Rent is so cheap. Sextera 940, $10 calls, $9 calls, eights. I'd be looking at the bargoons all. They're, every one of them is a bargoon here for further future out. Anyway, eventually you'll sell your calls for a fat profit. You'll roll them into stock. They get through the 20 barrier, and boom, you got hundreds and hundreds of shares that you're writing options on. Here we go. That's the future. 1774 on SoFi, down $1. Rocket Lab down 137 to 1454. GameStop 233.20, down 1435. Matterport 25.75 down 30 cents. ME down a dime. There you go. The bargoons are awaiting on red days like today. That's just the way it is. Yep, you got to take advantage of. We're down 15 on GameStop, 232.51, down $15 a share. I'm hoping that some of you were able to do rollovers the last couple of days. But if not, it's okay, because the stock is coming to you. It's coming to you fast and furious, down to 232 now. These premiums are going to drop quickly on your GameStop contracts. And a lot of you out there who are sitting at 200s, 205s, 210s, 215s, 20s, 230s, 240s, and 180s and 190s and everything, you're just watching them come to you. They're coming to you. Let them come. Let them come. What can I say? All right. What else is going on here? Mentats have been loading up on Spire and SoFi all week. Let's go. Got another SoFi at 1783. Let's see. Who's selling? We get a lot of day trading action here, and we get day trading that's short and long. And so we've got shorters who smell weakness. They hit bids. We get guys who smell strength. They hit offers. They're trading for nickels, 1,000 in, 1,000 out, 2,000 in, 2,000 out. If they can get dimes, they'll take dimes. That adds to the action. Momentum there are momentum players that'll jump on momentum, but it can go the opposite direction. When it turns up fast, and we have some oversold scenarios starting to show here. But you know what? We got to get through the selling first. We're down 65 on the Dow. We're down 30 on the S&P. We're down 244 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's down 1.5%. It's the loser. S&P is down 0.62%. The Dow is only down 0.18%. It's not even a fifth of a point. The Dow is not the problem. It is NASDAQ that's the problem. High multiple stocks are the problem. Interest rate increases really wreak havoc on high multiple stocks. That's the mentality. Of course, high multiple stocks have high multiple volatility. And so you get down dips, and then you get up moves. And so welcome to the world. 233 on GameStop, down $14. All the big bank stocks are up today at the expense of the high-flying multiple stocks. Exactly. SoFi can go to $10 share. I wouldn't lose a thing at all. Let's see. Wasn't SoftBank in the Barclays deal of a second offering, but it isn't going in the market? Thought the offloading was pre-brokered. It was. This is nothing to do. This trading has nothing to do with the filing last week of the secondary offering. Has nothing to do with it. It is just perception of higher rates, and it's just rampant speculation on a Thanksgiving week. And there's opportunities to steal cheap paper. That's what it is. Let's go. I got some more. 1770. Anti-PC knows exactly what to do. When this market backs off, don't cry about it. Buy it. Just pick up deals. Let's see. 23andMe, 1250 calls for April, 60-cent bid. I would prefer you got in at 10. Don't buy the 1250s. Buy 10s. That's as far out as you want to go. That's still $1.14 away, but 1250 is too far. That would be my recommendation, Bobby. Let's see. I'm going to put in a stop limit order. You're going to put in a limit buy order, or are you looking to sell? I'm going to sell Matterport at 25.50. I don't understand what you're doing. And limit order to sell on my Matterport. Um, I don't recommend that. No, I don't know what you're doing here. I rolled most of my calls to April 10s next year to leverage on bank charter and bought only 500 shares for the meantime. I know I'm all right, but a surprise to wake up to this. Uncle Bruce, I found myself in a 250 December 23. Merry Christmas. I sold for 35 on a roll. My break even would be 21. And this is my third roll. It's a bid ask around 25, 29 now. So, okay, Rob, you now have a $250 call option outstanding for December of 2023. Gotcha. And you sold it. You sold for $35 when you rolled up. Got it. My break even is 21, and right now it's 25.29. Right on, buddy. Okay, so the stock's down 12.97, and if it drops another 10, $15, you are break even or ahead of the game. So, Rob, you're not far away at all. I gotcha. Okay. I have bought 3 sets of $500 of SOFI at 19, 18, and 77. It's going to go down, hoping to buy more. There you go. And if this bleeds into the 220s, I might break even soon. I hear you there, buddy. And it wouldn't take much for that to happen, really. The Dow takes any kind of a dump from here, and it could, because in essence, the Nasdaq's down 1.4%. The Dow is only down 0.15. So, I mean, if the Dow were to drop, 150 points from here on a bit of a catch up to the Nasdaq thing, that could spill into a whole bunch of stocks, and who knows? GameStop might drip to 225, 222. Maybe not for long, but for long enough, because you're watching it, Rob. You're on it. There you go. See what it can do for you. Keep an eye on it. Yeah. 234.22, 233.67, down 13.88 a share on GameStop. The low is 229, and it can drop $6-8 in 2 minutes like nothing. So that'll move those contracts for sure, sir. Yes, for sure. There we go. Okay. Okay, just watching this market here. Just keep an eye on things. All right. Let's see here. The hedges are using those 3 million shares at 2% to start a panic sell on GameStop. Only 1.4 million traded today, so there's still more to come, in my opinion. 234.57 on GameStop. Is it time to buy calls on SoFi? I'd be looking at shopping on calls. Also grabbed a December BKSQY cash secured put, got a 250 premium for it. Damn it, Jim. Spire, SoFi, we're waiting. Smell money. NDPC wrote a put. Yes, at lows, you write puts, buy calls. Rocket Lab 1478, look at puts there. You might want to look at January 20s, see if there's any premium on January 20 puts on Rocket Lab. SoFi 1784, you may want to write cash secured puts on SoFi at 20 or 21, 22. December, January, February. GameStop 234 down 1265, excuse me. Matterport down a dime, ME down 7, Spire down 20 cents, ATIP down 8. That's where we are right now. Watching this market closely. NTPC, yes, smell money. I wrote a cash secured put. Absolutely. 235 on GameStop, down 12.29 right here. That's where we're at right now, kids. That's what we got going on here. Austin, record earnings, raised guidance, and it backs off $7. I wouldn't have guessed it. Yep. Cash secured puts. Yep. Is there any put strategy on GameStop? I love covered calls, but I'm just wondering. I mean, you can write cash secured puts on GameStop. You can write, maybe 200s. Tell the market I'm prepared to pay, 200 less a premium on GameStop if you want to give it to me. That might be an idea. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. GameStop January 2022 puts. Let me take a look here. Like you could write a $200 put on GameStop, where you'd receive between $22 and $23 for a 200, and that would put you would be committing to buy the stock at 178. You can write 190s and be bringing in $18 a contract. 160 what one 162 172, excuse me, commitment. And if the shares stay above 190 until then, they die worthless. Obviously, this again. These will be January 21st, 2022. 60 days. Two tens, you can bring in $27. But again, that's a little higher. You want to write, well, in the money. You could write 250s and bring in $50, but I wouldn't do it. I'd be looking at writing 180s, 190s, maybe 200s, and I bring in the fat premium on the GameStop, and those will shrink as the stock stays above these 180, 190, 200 range. Absolutely. Sextel, Uncle Bruce, I want to buy a SOFI call. How about a 1750 SOFI call for July next year with a 442 premium on it? So that's an at the money 40-cent in the money call. That's expensive. Look at 15s. Look at 15s instead. Andy, Rob, the lower the SB, the better. Strike price, the better. I feel like a trader, but I bought a put on SOFI today as a hedge. I put in 29 individual buy orders today, a great day of averaging down and putting a couple more shares in the pockets as flesh infection. My wife gives me a hard time for watching Uncle Bruce so often, but she's told me my Pete Davidson is dating Kim Kardashian. Now, what's more important? Ask her how much money listening to pop news has earned the family. Okay, maybe don't do this. Oh, boy. There's a final lockup of SoFi pipe investors tomorrow, the last 15% or so expect more volatility for the next week at least, says Larkin. Uncle Bruce, how long do you think profit taking will take on the market? I've seen lots of red the past week. It doesn't last long. It really doesn't. And then the turn is quick. 234 on GameStop, down 1287. Matterport down only 2 cents now. SoFi 1788, the low of the day, 1769 on SoFi. That was about a half an hour ago, so that's coming back a little bit. And Rocket Lab 1470, the low is 1441, half an hour ago. It's coming back too. Little recovery. Spire 469 and a half, low of the day 457, 12-cent recovery on Spire so far. And Sextera is where was I? ATIP down to nickel. Smart Rent down 99 at 883, and Sextera down 19 to 940. A Smart Rent has definitely hit the bottom here at 883. This is a bargain here. You can get some cheap calls on ME for sure. Definitely in the next year, you can make some nice returns there. I'm pretty sure you can. But you gotta want to go get it. You gotta want to go and get it. Up to you. I'm with you, kids. Never a dull moment in this market. Never. Oh boy. There we go. 23andMe, 897, low of 882 on ME. Volume looks pretty decent on Spire today. I'm going to buy more Spire when it hits 250 a share. There you go. 23andMe, 897, low of 882. It's recovering in the last half hour. Dow is positive 34 points. Just went straight up. Was down 70, 80 points, now positive 32. S&P down 11, NASDAQ still down 157 and 1% on the day for the entire index at the moment. The Dow is positive 31 points. Okay. Now the Dow's only up 26. We're jumping around all over the place. We are really jumping around here. Excuse me, folks. Okay. Nobody wants to buy my 10 Spire calls. December 17 expired for $2, huh? $10 Spires. Nobody wants them up there? Damn it, I hope you don't end up buying more Spire then. Well, I'm going to take a nap. See you all this afternoon. Damn it, Jim, you take care. Michael, of course, my lone green stock is IBM. The one up stock is IBM. Matterport just went green, up a dime. It's the first one to turn. ME is only down a penny. It's about to turn green as well. Two of them are about to turn here. We'll see. Matterport now up 23 cents, 26.28, definitely coming on. 26.28 on Matterport. Its low of the day was 25.51, which might have been matched a half an hour ago from the opening. So we're back 70 plus 80 cents from the low on Matterport. Very quick recovery. Yeah, 25.67 or something like that. And now we're at 26.29, up 24 on Matterport. ME up a penny, $9. Down 2.5 cents on ATIP. We're down 14 cents on Spire at 469. It got down to 457. It's coming on a bit now. Spire is improving. ME now up a nickel. Matterport up 36. Two have returned around. We've got Rocket Lab a little better. We were down to 1441. We're at 1467. We've got SOFI now at 1782 after the low of 1769. GameStop 235 down 1240. All righty. Still down 2.5 cents on ATIP. Okay. Yeah, Emmy's about to turn. That's correct. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, I want to buy a SOFI call. 1750 expiring July. Nope. Buy a 15. Go after 15s. I've been buying a ton of $20 SOFI calls expiring Friday. They're only 6 cents. That's a gamble. This is a casino, not recommended. Instead of chasing after GameStop covered calls that expire Friday well in the money, now thinking of selling puts at 200 for January 22. Good premiums there. Laughing out loud, Stacks. It's Wednesday. You better pray for a pop. Well, a turnaround can happen, and those calls reach 50, 60 cents. He's made 10 times his money. It's not like he's going to become a millionaire, but anything can happen. Whatever. It's only Tuesday today, so or is it? Yeah, it is Tuesday. It's $6 a contract. I'm jumping on $6 contracts. That's all I'm doing. I see you there. Yeah, 1785. You definitely need a turnaround. There's no doubt about that. GameStop down 1287 to 234. Matterport's still green. So is ME. Don't limit my upside. Come on, man. He says Bobby. I will be a millionaire. Watch me. Watch me. SoFi 1785 right now. One day, Cheddar. One day. One never knows. 234 on GameStop, down $13 on GameStop right now. 1308 at the moment. Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal shares under pressure amid COVID-19 surge in Europe. That is an issue there. 1366 down dip on GameStop right now. That's what's happening there. Laugh out loud. Yes, sir. One day I will be smart and not do this, says Cheddar. 1782 SoFi going the wrong direction. Rock Lab 1456 down 135. Matterport still up 14 cents. ME up 1 penny. And ATIP down 2 pennies at $3.40 a share. I've stopped looking at my portfolio value. Too many days in the red. Spire SoFi will make things right, says John Bickman. Hang in there, guys. Just hang in there. Thank you for the thumbs ups. 560 thumbs ups on a down day. It is very much appreciated, everybody. It's great of you to do that. Love it, and love it. Thank you all. Yeah, we are watching all kinds of stuff here. Lots of stuff going on. Man, oh man. Thank you guys for sticking around and hanging out. 563 on the thumbs ups count. Right on. $14 dip on GameStop right now. 233.48. $14 dip here. Okay. SoFi $15 calls are $5.45 premium expiring July. Too much. Well, SoFi, it's a $15 call. That's $2.81 in the money. So you're paying $2.70 premium. Not too much money. No, not too much. The stock pops to 20, which can easily do. You got a $5 contract, book value plus premium. You'd probably be $7.50 right there. This is July, but if you can come, if you buy closer to the money, you can come closer in on time. So if you can buy $15 contract for April or February or March, maybe that's the better move. You pay less, but you're in the money, paying less, right? Paying less premium. Look for that. Down days equals buy days. Didn't say that, Cheddar. Okay. 1778 on SoFi, 1459 on Rocket Lab, 234.20 on GameStop. Okay. The best traders have a fully developed strategy, so it doesn't matter if the market's up or down. Just follow the game plan. And Austin, my wife just reminded me that the old portfolio dropped 80 grand in a week. She kind of wants some answers. Laughing out loud. She wants answers to questions, detailed, pointed questions. Yes. The day ain't over. That's one answer right there. The day isn't over. The worst days was our birthdays. Now we drink champagne when we're thirsty. There you go. And the Dow's still recovering. We're up now 56 on the Dow. We've had a snapback here. We're down 8 points on the S&P. That's coming on. NASDAQ still, though, down 145. 0.92 of a percentage point still there on the downside. But the Dow is up 55 now. Okay, I guess. I guess. All right. Um, Auntie agrees with Dave right there. The best strategies. I sold 10 SOFI $15 puts a bit ago, expiring April 22. Okay, so you wrote them, but it kept going down. I could get put or buy them with 80% loss right now. I think I'm fine with buying the stock if I get put at 15. Well, yeah, I mean, geez, absolutely. On SoFi, yeah, sure. Yeah, just sit tight. Okay. Matterport now up 40 cents, 26.45. ME up to 9.04, up a nickel. ATIP is green, or at least it's unchanged. It's trying to go into the green. Cheddar Stack says, laugh a lot. I know, Connor, just being silly. I like to make little dumb bets sometimes. I made a bunch of profits off SoFi puts the last few days, so no issue spending a little on speculation. Connor's agreeing with David. Bill, Cheddar, by the time you and I are millionaires, a cup of coffee will be $70,000. Let's see. It's a good thing I don't drink coffee. There you go. Too much fun. Matterport up 34, ME up a nickel, ATIP unchanged, GameStop 233.35 down 14.20. The Dow up now 62 points, a little better. S&P down 6.8 and NASDAQ down 138. There we have it. Yeah, okay. Watching all these comments coming through. Lots going on here. Coming up to the end of our 3-hour run here today. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. Trying to watch this crazy market. Again, things can turn on a dime here. It's possible that ATIP, ME, and Matterport are already leading the way. Anything is possible. But we'll see. The Dow is turning around. It is higher. What kind of sustaining momentum behind it, if there is any, I don't know. It's a short week. It's a holiday week, so we don't know. Let's see. Larkin, I sold a 2023 $20 put on SoFi a while back for $5.50 premium. Now it's up to $7. These prices are making me want to do it again. Yeah, write another one. Yeah, exactly. 20. Yeah, that's good premium. Let's see. Yeah, the world doesn't stop spinning because of a turkey. I agree with that. Come Monday morning, we're back at it, kids. Year-end numbers coming up and everything else. 233.24 in GameStop down 14. We're up 22 on Matterport, 3 on ME. We're up a penny now on ATIP. Spire still down, but only down 16 cents. It's come back 11 from the low. We'll see if that continues. Fantastic. Way to go. Let's see. One of my members of my other channel, it's her birthday today. Beautiful. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, 1463 on Rocket Lab, down $1.28. SoFi 1787 now, 1787. We're down 88 cents there. GameStop down $15 to $232.52. GameStop still under pressure. And we're watching it all. People are talking about how to prepare turkeys. So on that note, I'm going to say my goodbyes for now. I'll be here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So join me this afternoon at 3 in the afternoon for the last hour of trading as we shut this day down to see what it's all about here. Will it be a red day across the board, or will there be a snapback rally like the Dow seems to be trying to do? I don't know. Uncle Bruce Are you doing a Wednesday aftermarket chat this week? As a matter of fact, yes, tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time with Uncle Bruce. Tomorrow night, members only. You got it. We're live tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for your questions and answers. 8 o'clock in the evening Eastern, members only tomorrow. So become a member now so you'll be notified of that show tomorrow. Absolutely. We'll be on. That'll be my last show until Friday morning. And then Friday morning, I'm only going to do the Friday morning show because we close early. And then the weekend is upon us. Thank you all so much for following me today, being here with me, watching me hiccup. We're up 2 pennies now on ATIP. There you go. Bye for now, simpletons. Exactly. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great rest of the day out there. Neat is what we say. I'll be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll close this market down together. Let's see if we get some recoveries going through here and see if we can make some money. Okay, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.